Alright. What's up, Kuya Norms? I am going to install Skype at mukhang sasali si Bossing Migs. Download Skype for desktop. On Windows 10, Skype is already on your computer. No, I removed it. Wait, what? No. Wait, sandali lang. Hindi na pwedeng mag-download ng Skype na yung executable. Naka-Armageddon Swift Spectra keyboard na ako. Wow, saan ka nakakuha ng Armageddon? Armageddon is actually spelled, the gaming peripheral line is actually spelled with 2 M's and 2 G's. Hindi, 2D. What's up, Baby Dragon? Wait. Wala na bang executable na Skype? Nani the fuck? Ito, wala nang exe na Skype. Nasa Skype from store na. Bakit ganito to? Nani the fuck? Oh, nani the fuck? Hindi ba ang pangit nitong yung universal app na to? I hate universal apps. They're not desktop apps. They don't act like desktop apps. That's why they suck. Can I download Skype Classic? Wala bang ganon? How to install an older version of Skype? Skype. No, I already... Oh, download Skype Classic from Bleeping Computer. New versions of Skype utilize a new interface. Wait.
Newer versions of Skype utilize a new interface that people have found to have less features or not as easy to use. This version of Skype utilizes the older user interface that makes searching for chats and receiving notifications easier and simpler to use.
Ito nga ba yun? Is this the one I want? I don't know. Oh, I should turn on my Taskman. What's going on with Taskman today? All right. Ito, I mean, we're still using my Alienware, Koyas. There it is. Raise the roofware. May Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 na daw sa MOA. I think may Xiaomi Mi Mix... Ano ba yung nasa price list ni Xiaomi nung... Wala bang Mi Mix 2 nun? Mi Mix lang, regular Mi Mix. Mi Max 2 pala. Hindi ko alam kung may Mi Mix 2 na. It's using it right now. As you can see, we got 4 cores, 4 threads, 3 gigahertz. What are we gonna do? Should we try this stupid Skype from Microsoft Store, I'm gonna regret this. Most likely gonna regret this. Some UWP. Ano yun? Universal Windows Platform ba yung tawag doon? UWP? To install your app or game, remove a device from your account. What the 10 of your devices. Basta, what? Ano ba to? This is why I hate. This is why I hate this stupid app. This is why I hate these goddamn things. To install your app or game, remove a device from your account. 10 of your devices have apps and games from store already installed on them. That's the limit. Remove a device to make room for this new one. So I can't own more than 10 Windows PCs or 10 Windows phones. I love Windows phones. How can I can't have more than 10? Nani the fuck? Huh? Is this how you treat your paying customers? Hindi, tinanggal ko yung UWP na pre-installed eh. Nani the fuck? Like, I just want... Let's download the classic one from Bleeping Computer. Yan natin paano mag-download ito. Forza Motorsport is very CPU thread hungry. Man. Alright, we're gonna use old Skype. Old Skype. Alright. si Microsoft talaga parang mag-i-install ka na nga lang ng UWP app nila eh. Tapos bigla pang no thank you, we don't want UWP apps. You got 10 UWP computers already? Huh? You have 10 already, huh? I don't want to make Bing my search engine. I don't want to make Amazon my homepage. God damn it. You wanna see it? Wala na, na-skip na tapos na yung ano eh. How is everybody this week? Very nice week this week. I slept a lot and watched a lot of British telly. British telly. I watched a lot of British telly. God damn it. God damn it. A lot of telly. I've watched a lot of I watch a lot of some somewhat old school British drama. The best Alex. Thanks, Adonis. What's up, pala, Adonis? Let's see. Continue. Oh. Yes, I am here, sir. Okay. Test sound. Okay. Microphone works great. Do not automatically adjust my microphone settings because you're a piece of crap. Add a profile picture. What? There we go. That profile picture. I like it. I like it. Vivo, yeah. Oh, yeah, yes. Vivo's doing some interesting stuffs again, huh? Start using Skype. What is Rav BG60? What is that? What is Rav BG64XA? Nani the fuck? No. Nani? What? Okay. Tools. Let's. Sounds. No. Audio settings. Test. Do not automatically adjust speaker settings either, you fucking. I ain't stupid. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Ang sarap bilhin ni Nokia 7 Plus. Yes! Yes! Yes, Koya. We are in agreement, sir. Nokia 7 Plus. I think that might be a savior. Savior of 2018. 2018's smartphone savior of the year. Parang wanted. Ginawa mo naman ako wanted. Masama ko, yeah. I think it's it's 9:56. Slightly earlier pa. We still have time. Ang init ngayong panahon, ano? Jesus Christ. Nokia 7 Plus is $275, I think. Yung 8110. Grabe si Nokia talagang ano eh. Pero bumenta kasi yung 3210 nila eh. Benta kasi, bumenta eh. Okay, tapos na tayo kay Skype. Ha! we gave the middle finger to Microsoft's UWP apps and installed Skype Classic. Guys, I have to admit I haven't completely kept up with the news. Wait, lagay natin dito yan. I haven't followed all of the newses this week. So kailangan nyo akong tulungan sa iba kung gusto nyo pag-usapan yung ibang topics like the Vivo stuff. Yung Vivo stuff, I can mentally make a note that we're gonna discuss the Vivo stuff. MP Simon, what's up? Magkano pag translated sa Pinas Nokia 7 Plus? I think it's gonna be like 15K. 15K yan. Farmer Sanchez, what up? Yeah. No, hindi, Nokia 6 ba yung yung 275? I don't remember ngayon. Yeah, may mga bagong Xperia that I don't think is gonna be important. But we'll talk about the Xperias as well. Yun lang Xperia yun eh. Alam nyo naman magiging overpriced sa Pilipinas yan eh. It's gonna be up sa Pilipinas. So, galing ako sa medyo mahimbing na tulog. Kasi naman, ang init ngayong panahon ngayon, di ba? Tapos, hindi ako makatulog. Alam mo ginawa niyo? Nilagay ko yung ganito, yung 1.75 liter na tubig. Tubig na lang to mga kuya. Nilagay ko sa freezer as I usually do. Pero instead of drinking it, hinigaan ko to. As in, nakaganito. Yakap-yakap ko to, yung 1.75 na yelo. As in, para lumamig lang yung katawan ko. Sorry baka too much information para sa inyo. Para lang makatulog, ang himbing lang pikit ko. Hindi, wala talaga akong magawa. Ang init talaga ngayon. Kuya, ang dami nagre-reklamo sa notch. Nagulat ako walang notch si Nokia eh. I mean, siguro kasi medyo may mahal ng konti yung budget for a notch. And then si LG may mga, ewan ko, hindi ko naintindihan si LG ngayon. Gusto nyo panoorin yung mga ano tayo ng isang Nokia thing. Ayoko na. Wala akong pakialam sa mga classic phones. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are like, oh my god, classic Nokia phones! And then magano sila, they're gonna touch themselves passionately. Lumang Nokia phones! The fuck cares? Lumang Nokia phones! Let's see, Nokia 7 Plus with Android One. Check this guy out.
For the ultimate feel in the hand, each Nokia 7 Plus receives no less than 6 layers of ceramic feel paint.
Lumang Nokia phones!
Machined from a solid block of aluminium. Its edges anodized twice to accentuate the design.
Android One!
The ultra-sensitive cameras with Zeiss optics capture every detail, front and back. They are smart enough to adjust to even the most challenging conditions, capturing your special moments in low light or streaming them to the world via dual sight. A phone that is slim enough to use with one hand yet shows amazing detail on the 6-inch Full HD Plus screen with an impressive 2-day battery life. This is the new Nokia 7 Plus.
That looks pretty good, eh? I'm gonna warning, I might start to grow some British colloquialism in it. In it. Govna? That's pretty. Is it racist? Is that racist, or am I just? Tawagan natin si Kuya Migs. Let's see. There we go. In it. Okay. Let's see if we can embed the Skype. Let's go. Yes. Hello. Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Kuya Migs. What's up?
what's up? Steady lang. Ikaw, kumusta ka dyan?
I heard you are birthday person today. Recently.
Recently.
Happy birthday, sir.
Salamat.
Ano bang ano natin dyan? Ano bang bagong phone? Did you buy a new phone with your birthday stuff?
Medyo hindi
Sabi mo
hindi
magda-downgrade
bagong
ka
phone
ngayon, di ba?
Hindi, yung sa laptop
Aha.
How do I put this?
Yes.
Parang ang minamataan kong gadget actually ngayon imbis na laptop yung Android TV box.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Parang mas gusto kong bumili ng Android TV box
Si
kaysa bagong laptop ngayon
Xiaomi has a pretty nice one, right? Yung 4K. Yung Mi 4K box.
Yung Mi 4K box, pinag-usapan namin ni Gian yun sa sa Facebook, yung sa Facebook chat natin
Yeah.
A week or so ago.
Aha.
Okay siya for a first gen device. Pero medyo iffy pa yung 4K niya. Tapos meron pang mga issues with Android TV itself na gusto ko munang ma-address bago ako mag-commit. For
Okay.
now, happy pa ako sa Chromecast ko.
Okay. That's fine. Chromecast is fine. I have no complaints there.
So actually, ang pinoproblema ko ngayon mailalagay sa VPN ng Chromecast?
Yun ang hindi ko alam, right?
Oh,
Unless you can send a router, can set up a router that spits out internet na dumaan na sa VPN, right? Parang ganon.
oo, I would have to set up a router for that.
Yeah.
Yun yung nakita ko na instructions paano gawin, hindi ko pa lang ginagawa kasi ayokong bumili ng hiwalay na router. Hindi ko nisip ko pa.
Right.
Ayoko bumili ng bagong router kasi okay pa naman yung binigay sa akin ng Sky para sa sa internet ko. Pero alam ko hindi siya pwedeng kalikutin masyado in terms of in terms of setting up VPN pero tinitingnan ko pa.
Question, I don't know if you've been checking yung prices, but have you seen yung products that are available ngayon sa Xiaomi store sa Philippines, yung sa Trinoma?
Yeah, dumaan na ako actually last week. Most of the stuff na available sa Lazada, dun sa kanilang
Yes.
official store sa Lazada, are ang parati lang out of stock yung A1.
No, I think they should. I mean, hindi ko alam kung naubos yung stock dun that day, right? But they had stocks on that day. Where's my price list? Nalaglag sa Xiaomi price list is right here. Kasi I mentioned that. I mentioned that because they had the Xiaomi TV there. I mean, both the Xiaomi TVs and the Xiaomi boxes.
Oo.
TV boxes.
Nandun ka sa grand opening?
Yeah, hindi ko pa nagagawa yung video.
Kaya ka nga. Imbitado ka sa event tapos hindi ka pa nagba-vlog.
Hindi nila ako binigyan ng backpack eh.
Kumana loob.
Hindi, joke lang. Nagmamadali ako ng time. Actually, yung time na yun, nagmamadali ako to buy my Alienware laptop. Yes! Wow! Hindi naman nagmamadali, pero I was, I didn't want to be late or parang ma-pressed for time. Pabibili ko yung laptop. I wanted to have like at least 3 hours para ma-check out ko yung laptop and everything and all that and stuff before ko bayaran. I had enough time, but it was, mga siguro if something, kung may na late or hindi mo mahanap agad, di ba? Syempre, you have to have allowance. So you're not interested in a TV box like itong TV box to 3,000 something? That's too much?
Interesado nga ako. Yung issues ko are more with the with Android TV itself. Actually, there's one major issue na
Makes sense.
hinihintay ko pang ma-resolve ni Google bago ako gumame sa Android TV box, which is ang basa ko kayo ng umaga and hinihintay ko pang ma-confirm kung totoo, pero feeling ko nga confirm nga to, wala pa siyang capability mag-download.
What? Mag-download ng what?
So meaning, for example, I want to may
APK,
Android
something
TV
like that, ganon?
mag-download ng video para mapanood ko offline.
Oh. Pwede nga ba? Hindi ko alam eh. I have an Android TV. I never downloaded anything off it. Pero, nag-sideload na ako ng APK sa kanya. Once.
Oo. You can sideload the APK, so walang problema. I'm talking about, like for example, sa Netflix, you have, kung may Netflix account ka, you have you have the ability to download, for shows
Yeah.
gusto mo panoorin offline, pwede mo panoorin offline.
Yeah.
Alam ko right now, based on what I read, hindi pa kaya ng Android TV yon. Streaming lang ang kaya niya.
Yeah, wow. I haven't tried. I haven't tried looking for any download options sa Netflix ng Android TV. So that might be an actual thing to consider.
Oo. Ay actually ang lumabas, ang binili ko, bumili lang ako actually ng regular na HD TV tsaka Chromecast. I was thinking about a smart TV, pero ang dami na nag-warning sa akin medyo bad trip sila dahil sa smart TV na binili nila.
Well, yeah. I mean, ako naman, ang ko dyan, experience ko sa TVs, right? I don't like most of the interfaces. Android TV has at least a UI that is presentable. And may standard na tinatamaan na kailangan if you
Oo.
press a button, it has to work. Hindi kasi there are certain smart TVs na parang ang baho-baho ng interface niya na parang galing pa sa 1960s. Tapos may lumilipad-lipad na yung parang screensaver type shit lang.
Oo. Actually ako, sa akin, it's not just the UI eh.
Aha.
Based on yung sa kwento sa akin ng mga kaibigan ko,
Aha.
ang issue sa mga smart TVs, most of them, with one or two exceptions, you're paying basically PC prices, di ba?
Aha.
Oh, you're paying PC prices for a smart TV. You would expect may software support.
How do you mean PC prices?
I mean, you're paying not just for, 'di ba? You're paying extra not just for the TV but for the smart TV function. 'Di ba?
Aha.
So you're paying extra. You would expect that the smart TV function susuportahan yung software ng manufacturer.
Yeah. Oh, hindi. Well, you wouldn't have that much of a problem pag Android TV at least.
Oo, pag Android TV. Pero most smart TVs are web OS or whatever proprietary stuff that they have.
Yeah.
Na
I wouldn't buy those.
hindi, yun na nga. Like for example, yung mga Samsung, yung mga LG na smart TVs, yung mga kaibigan ko pumili, they all have the same complaint.
Right.
No
yeah.
updates, yung kung ano man, whatever comes with the smart TV na apps, yun na yun, di mo pa pwedeng, wala ka na masyadong may dadagdag pa,
Yeah.
no? And
Yes.
And some of those, especially the mga web OS na apps, get outdated really quickly. So banas na banas sila. They paid extra for the smart TV function when they could have just gotten a Chromecast and gotten the same functionality.
I'd be honest with you. I have Android TV, and it's not like I have so many apps on it either. Right? Ang gusto ko lang sa kanya, my Netflix app is updated kasi na-update ni Netflix.
Exactly.
YouTube app is updated,
Exactly.
So, but sure, nagkaroon na siya ng firmware update at some point. Pero ang kailangan ko lang sa Android TV for the most part is a lot of the features of Android is there, yung mga Wi-Fi and so medyo may 1:1 na it's like having Android running on a box on your TV lang. So naiintindihan ko yung all of the menus mostly. It's easy to navigate. Google Play Store is familiar na and it's one account. It's one account, 'di ba?
Exactly.
As opposed to yun na nga magpapalit ka pa ng OS and you have to relearn this new OS and everything. But I don't have that many apps on Android TV talaga, as in most of the content consumption lang Netflix, iFlix, YouTube, and I have Twitch on there, thankfully. So I don't have to turn on a computer to watch Twitch streams. But yeah, it's just ang main purpose ko sa Android TV is familiar UI eh.
Yeah. And at least nga right now, the reason why interesado akong kumuha ng Android TV box is the OS is being supported.
Right.
There are updates, may security updates, may firmware updates, which your standard smart TV doesn't. And parang kung ganun din lang, if I'm buying a TV with an OS that's going to be outdated in 3 or 4 months na hindi susuportahan ng manufacturer, then what's the point?
Yeah. You have a point. I mean, especially if you're not buying now, or if you're planning on something further down the line. Medyo, I think for example, right now I think Android TV at its even though it's the most recommendable one out there, hindi siya yung perfectly the best and yung the one that is like it's like Android Wear. Yung parang mapapag-iwanan ka rin at some point because nakita mo naman Android Wear ditched their old units for some reason. Even though supposedly sabi ni Google they're gonna support these products for a long time, they have not. So I have a Sony smartwatch 3 which does not have the current version of Android Wear.
But
But
that's the big disappointment dyan eh. For all of Google's promises with Android Wear, napag-iwanan na talaga eh.
Yeah.
Parang inabandon na nila eh.
Right. Let me see if I can. No, ganun talaga yung webcam mo pala. I was trying to see
Oo.
if I can get your other part of your face, but it seems like an intellectual. Anyway, may ba tayo? So, no. You were checking out a TV recently, but haven't made a decision. You went with a
Chromecast.
basic, parang HDMI input TV with some possibly no TV. No TV comes with basically no smart functions these days. But anyway, you went with parang feature TV na
Oh,
feature
oh,
TV. Parang phones,
feature
di ba?
TV.
Ano yun? Dumb phones. Ano yun?
Dude.
Basic phones. Basic
pero
phones.
wag
Feature
mo ismulin-
phones.
Wag mo
Smartphones.
ismulin ang basic phone ngayon, ha? Kita mo yung MWC, uso na ulit ang feature phone.
Oh man. Speaking of that you're obviously referring to the
We'll get
banana.
to that later.
ring, banana phone. So may ba tayo? Yeah, MWC just happened. What is your most favorite thing that happened at MWC? Unless you need a refresher for other things. Kasi I need a refresher for other things as well.
I think since that's going to be yung main meat ng topic mo for today.
Yeah.
Let's go through the items in order dun sa plinano mong agenda.
Okay.
I'll mention to you kung ano yung mga highlights para sa akin when we get there.
All right. So let's see. Let me just move your webcam onto the side again here. If I can find out how to do that again. And let's see. All right. There we go. So sobrang bago nito. I haven't yung Skype window has not been fully baked into my layout yet. So
Ox lang.
as usual, BTS. So Mobile World Congress happened. A bunch of other things happened as well. Like my phone finally announcing their 18:9 ratio display phone. It turned out to be like a budget phone. I don't know kung worth it pang pag-usapan. Let's see, my phone. I'm gonna share my screen to you if I can figure out how to do that anymore. Share screen, yes. Oh, can I share my entire display? Oh, I'll do that.
Sige, game.
Where does my Skype window go? There it is. Okay. Wow, I can share my webcam and display too. What? Really? Can you see both? Anyway.
Yung itong si My X1.
You're looking at it right now.
Oo.
I haven't looked at it, but nung nakita ko yung price, I already dismissed it kasi it's gonna be a very budget-oriented phone eh. So,
Ito, i-run through ko yung specs. No? It's 18:9,
yeah.
but it's yung screen niya is 5-inch FWPGA, which is 480 by 960.
Okay. Oh, here's
Okay.
the specs right here.
Nougat 7.0. My favorite chipset, Spreadtrum.
Really?
yung mga written reviews ko dati, yung pinaka sinira ko
Yeah.
chipset, Spreadtrum eh.
Right.
1 gig RAM, 5 megapixel rear camera, 5 megapixel front camera, dual SIM, 8 gig internal storage.
Ilan yung RAM?
1 gig.
Okay.
3G only, no LTE.
Uh-huh.
May audio jack. 2150 milliampere battery, micro USB. So it's basically it's pretty much your standard budget phone na just happens to be 18:9.
Wait, so something weird that I want to ask here. Since it is nougat, I want to stop sharing kasi napuputol yung mukha mo sa aking stream.
Off lang.
Napuputol ng pangalawang webcam. Since this is nougat, do you think this has split screen multitasking?
I wouldn't
Unlikely.
I wouldn't be surprised kung meron. At
But
the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if
the performance will tank.
Oo. Actually, ang ano what I'm interested in figuring out dito is is this going to come with Android Go?
Yun na nga eh. Sana yung Android Go ba talaga yung tawag or Android One Go? Android Go,
Hindi.
no?
Android Go is low end.
Yeah.
Android One is stock Android. Yun yung selling point nila.
Yeah. No, I thought it was Android One Go. But it
No.
makes more sense to call it Android Go.
Oo.
Oh.
I've actually
It should have been. They should have opted for Android Go.
Well, kasi here's the thing parang rebrand, basically ni-rebrand na nila yung Android One
Yeah.
Android One used to stand for low-end stock, 'di ba?
Yeah. Mas nilow-end pa nila yung ano.
Oo. Pero because parang ang napansin nila with yung general reaction ng mga tao sa Pixel, there was still a market for a Nexus-like phone na stock
Right.
Android pero hindi naman kailangan all of the hardware bells and whistles na kasama.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I still miss the Nexus line.
Oo. A mid-range-ish, upper mid-range specs na phone na okay ang presyo tapos stock Android, there was still a market for that.
Speaking of the Nexus line,
Mm.
balita ko may papalit sa Nexus line and Nokia branded.
Actually, I'll get to that later pag
Okay.
na-discuss ng
Okay.
phone. No? Pero I'll say this right now, I am happy with the
Yeah.
Nokia announcement dun sa MWC and
Yes.
because of the Samsung announcement, it looks like yung susunod ko na telepono is gonna be a Nokia.
Because of the okay, let's start with that.
Sige.
Kasi I don't want to go with the yung full format kasi unang-una hindi rin ako ganun ka familiar with all of the news.
Sige.
Let's just organically move into these topics as we go along.
Sige.
What did you not like about the Samsung announcement? Which is the Galaxy S9 and the Galaxy S9 Plus.
Well, sige. Specs wise actually tsaka pansinin mo rin sa marketing ng Samsung
Mhm.
what they marketed really 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 heavily itong 2018 for the S9 was the camera, 'di ba?
Yeah. Which from what I'm told or from what I read has gotten what's it called? Has gotten 99 points at the DxOMark.
Rave reviews ng camera.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I understand that. So it's a good selling point. It's a good selling point for people that are, camera enthusiasts, no? Ang kapansin-pansin dyan is, 'di ba nga ang minarket ni Samsung sa S9 yung camera.
Yes.
No. What's also notable is what they didn't mention, what they kept silent on. Kasi outside of the camera, if you look at the specs ng S9, more or less incremental upgrade lang siya from the S8.
Yeah, of course.
There's nothing really big changed from the S8 aside from the camera. In fact, kung medyo mas maayos-ayos lang yung design ng S8, if somebody came up to me and asked, well, should I get the S8, should I get the S9, I would probably say get the S8 if not for one design problem.
Which is yung fingerprint.
Which is yung fingerprint scanner.
Right.
No? At least yun ayos na sa S9. It's mas maayos na yung posisyon.
But why would you, let's say for example, recommend the S8 over the S9 when the pricing would only come down to maybe 10,000 pesos difference?
Hindi, sige, fingerprint scanner aside, the main reason I would recommend the S8 is that's the other issue I have basically is the price.
Right. Okay. You think the starting at what
46 basically.
Right.
46K dito. You're basically saying I'm willing to pay 10,000 extra for a camera that is really really good. But for 90%, 95% of the people in the world, they're going to be perfectly happy with the camera of the S8.
Oh yeah, they'll be definitely happy with that.
No?
No doubt, no doubt.
So sa akin, kung ako lang tatanungin mo, if you're going to buy outside of a postpaid plan, mahirap ilaban na na
To pony up the extra 10, 5, whatever, how much.
46, yeah,
Kasi ako, I'm assuming,
it's hard to justify eh.
based on SRP, the difference is around what, 6K, mga ganon.
Oo.
But based on, syempre magde-depreciate si S8. So I'm assuming the difference will be 10K pag bagsak ni S9 sa Pilipinas by next month.
Oh.
By this month pala, sorry.
Yep.
So 10K difference, you wouldn't pay 10K extra for the newer version? Or it depends on the finances ng tao?
I mean, of course, pero in fairness, if you're weighing the S8 versus the S9, finances are not an issue.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Nandun ka na sa 40,000 Nandun ka sa 35, 40,000 pesos.
To be fair.
oh.
It's just that, para sa akin, I personally would find it hard to justify the difference when, yes, the S9 camera is better, pero it would not be 10,000 better
Right.
than the camera of the S8.
Okay.
Yun na yun.
Okay.
That's basically it for me.
Ako personally, maybe it's me just wanting yung how do you say it? Yung the newer product. So, para less shorter, ano ba to? Won't be obsolete as faster as quicker than the other one, right? So for me, ang gusto ko lang if I were to choose between the two, I would pick the S9 and pony up the extra 10,000. If only because it'll take another year before it's obsolete, right? Technically, it will take another year before it's obsolete. Maybe 2 years, right? And wala lang, the extra, the bonus features, doesn't really matter to me. I think, honestly, yun na nga, you could hand me both phones and tell me which the other one is the other one. Parang, if I knew nothing and told me, you gave me the S8 and said, hey, check out my new S9. And I was like, oh, ganda, grabe, stick. They're completely interchangeable. Ang hanap ko lang sa S9 would be my own personal need to, if I'm buying something and the option is available to me, and I'm already spending that much money, I would spend more for the newer one. Because I know that in a year or so, at least it's not gonna be that old.
Well, pero counter argument ko dyan, if you're going to pony up 46K for a phone anyway,
which I won't.
If you have the finances to go to buy a 46K phone, would an S9 really be your best choice when at 46K you're already talking iPhone You're already talking iPhone.
I don't think I want an iPhone, that's for sure though. Nandun na ako sa ecosystem ng Android so I can't get into the iPhone ecosystem myself. See, I'd have to buy all the apps all over again, right? How would I say it? So during the event, I did parang think of what it would be like to buy the new S9 for myself. I could see the potential of the better low light camera quality, for example. Honestly, I don't think it's worth 50K just to get the better low light camera quality from, say, yung HTC ko, right?
Yep.
But it was a nice parang dream to see, to imagine being. And to imagine working out na parang, oh, ganda ng camera ko. Maybe if I made videos with this quality, maybe it's be like I get 2 more likes than usual. But obviously that didn't work, and that's not gonna work out to 50,000 pesos worth.
Mm.
What else was I thinking? Oh yeah, obviously this does not. Yung one of my wants is a optically stabilized front-facing camera, which this does not have. And admittedly, not a lot of phones have, or at least 99.999% of phones don't have. So
Maybe next year.
maybe next year, yeah. It is a nice to have yung stabilized front camera.
Yep.
For me, it just makes the selfies, vlog video na ginagawa ko sometimes that much more tolerable to watch. And I've compared it with non-stabilized camera, and it's completely unwatchable. Now, Samsung does electronically stabilize their front cam, and they can do 1440p front cam video, which is higher quality and all that good stuff. I sort of weighed those two things together na rin. Like, do I want stabilized front cam or do I want electronically stabilized 1440p? And para sa akin medyo tabla sila. They're like equal, right?
Yep.
I get 1080p stabilized or electronically stabilized 1440p.
Okay.
So they're what I'm saying is when it comes to what I can get out of this phone, it's basically just like my HTC 10 except more expensive right now.
Yep.
And sadly I don't wanna do that. Maybe next year when the HTC 10 becomes even more older as it is. It's a Snapdragon 820, pinagtatawanan na ngayon to eh. It's an old phone, but it still does the job. I mean, think about it. Nandito na tayo sa era where 820, 625, they're 2-year-old chips.
Oh.
And we're still fine with it. We should still be fine with it. And anything with the 625, I instantly love. I'm pretty sure you know this.
Yep.
But anything with the 625, I'm already like, this is gonna be a good phone. Because the battery life on the 625 is just brilliant, amazing. The performance is also amazing. So I'm just saying, lots more manufacturers should put more 625s in their phones. I don't even need a 626, 630, 635, whatever. 625 is fine for me. But you know, some brands will have to, they have to syempre produce something that is marginally better than last year's phone, I guess. So
what if inoferan ka 660?
I'm not familiar with the 660 yet eh. I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical on the 660 to be honest with you. Kasi is it the same 14 nanometer or whatnot? Something I don't know. It's like I don't want more power to some extent, right? You get what I mean? Kasi yung 820, I have obviously the HTC 10 has the 820. It does have a lot of power, but it doesn't have the battery life that I expect from a 625. So, ang trade-off ko dun is obviously it has a lot of power. It can do 4K in the frame rates, not in the frame rates, but more like more sustained 4K or more faster processing of 4K and whatnot that I need. But other than that, I don't need it. I mean, 625 can even record 4K. Maybe it's not even that important yung pagiging 820 ng HTC 10 ko. In fact, if the HTC 10 came with a Snapdragon 625, I would swap my HTC 10 with the 625 version immediately. I just like that very efficient processor there. And I don't necessarily need all the power of the 820 or higher than that. So yung 660, I have no experience with it. And I'm a bit skeptical ng konti na parang I'm a bit wary of more power than the 625.
Okay.
Yun lang. I don't know if it's better or not. Yun lang. Yun yung ano doon. Let's see what we have for the comments before we move to another one here. Mi Mix 2 packs an 18:9 display. Oh, this is a new one. Mi Mix 2 18:9 display and Qualcomm's previous 835 flagship. The official S local pricing is 25,490. That's not bad actually. I don't know if I'm gonna spend that much. 25. Syempre kailangan ko dyan is, it's not gonna have stock Android. It's not gonna, I don't know if it has optical stabilization even in the back. And then obviously it's not gonna have front stabilization because nobody does that.
Yep.
Let's see here. Pushback pa rin ba ang 8.0 update ng S8? No, I think lumabas na yung 8.0 ng S8.
Oh, lumabas, pinos, tas
Lumabas
tinuloy
ulit, right? Let's see. So 46K, makakabili ka na ng A6500 from Sony. Mirrorless camera kung photography and videography. Yes, of course you can buy an actual camera with any amount of with the 50K or whatnot, but it's not going to be a phone. So not a lot of people are into photography and videography, obviously. It's not an apples to apples comparison, but yes, if you are into videography, you can definitely spend a lot more money and get a better camera. Let's see here. Si Rafika says na meron na lang si Samsung feeling ako. Grabe naman. Overall, are you?
The guy has a point. The guy has a point.
Oh.
Samsung's goal, business-wise, has always been to establish itself as a brand na parang Apple, where part of the price is already because of the brand.
Oh yeah.
They're already at that point kasi people at this point, kahit dito sa Pilipinas, kahit kumbinsihin mo na say a Motorola is better value, a Lenovo or a Nokia is better value, because Samsung has the brand name recognition, doon pa rin sila pupunta.
Grabe yung Nokia, no? I mean, I have to admit, I'm super impressed sa Nokia in MWC this year. Last year, I was not super impressed. I mean, I like their price points, particularly the Nokia 8. What wasn't impressed so much was the camera. I mean, even though it had all the specs that it should have for a proper camera noong 2017, it just didn't, yung quality just parang essential phone or whatnot. Hindi ganun ka, the processing just did not, they just did not have the engineers, doing that software processing for that lens, for that sensor to come out with a good, it's like sometimes overprocessed, sometimes not. So this year, it doesn't seem like importante yung camera ngayon. It seems like I like it if only because it's Android One and all that. But I think they might improve their cameras even more. I hope. I don't know. Let's see.
Here's the sneaky thing with stock Android or Android One. And ginawa ko na to sa sa Nexus ko. If you're on stock Android, you can actually through sideloading an APK
Google camera.
Install the yung Google HD camera that's being used by yung Pixel phones.
Right.
On my Nexus, sinideload ko na. The quality is good. Almost parang Pixel yung quality.
Nice.
Because of the hardware difference lang, kasi 810 nga yung sa akin.
Yeah.
Mas mabagal yung HDR processing.
Right.
So about after I take an HDR shot, mga 10 seconds na processing bago ma-generate yung picture.
That's a little bit much, yeah.
No, pero it doesn't stop you from taking other pictures. So kumbaga, you can take multiple shots, hindi lang ma-generate yung picture until after about 10 seconds. No, so for me, given this phone is more than 2 years old, that I'm perfectly fine with waiting to generate the phone as long as maganda yung quality. Pero that's the thing. As long as you're on stock Android, you have ways of getting the Pixel software, yung Pixel camera software.
That's good.
Which if you look at it, yung Pixel camera naman hardware-wise hindi naman siya groundbreaking eh.
Yeah.
Hindi naman super
they're using known sensors.
Oo.
They're using known lenses.
Yes. Sa software nila dinadaan.
Exactly.
And if you're on Android One, you have that workaround.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Promising. All right. I'm gonna read some comments here. Let's see here. Asus Zenfone Max Plus M1 ata. Wait, ano yung pinag-uusapan doon? I want to try Asus 5Z and Vivo Apex is coming this year. I think they're both coming this year, hopefully.
Yung Zenfone, that's one of yung topics na na-mention mo, di ba? Pwede natin pag-usapan yun a bit.
Yes. So ito lang, let me read some more. Wiztech says Asus, I think had their lesson with their pricing. I'm a ping question mark there, but I'll talk about that maya. Let me finish this line of comments dito. Luging-lugi Asus last year, that's surprising nila dun sa mga flagship phones nila. I don't know kung luging-lugi, but they definitely executed poorly on their main line, their Zenfone standard line, right?
Yep.
So let's start with that. Asus has announced the Zenfone 5, and there's 3 products there. The Zenfone 5 Lite, the Zenfone 5 Standard, and the Zenfone 5Z. Zenfone 5Z. So I've had a hands-on experience with the 5, which looks exactly like the 5Z, except with the more modest configuration. I don't know, have you read anything about this or no?
Most of yung nabasa ko regarding the Zenfone 5
The
series.
Notchgate. We should have a hashtag Notchgate or something.
Oo. Actually, umabot pa nga sa punto. May mga articles na lumabas. Hanapin ko lang yung article na yon. Na ang headline, ang actual na headline is, natawa ako nung nakita ko kasi yung headline na yun eh.
It's also funny because we know.
Ayun, ito.
Oh, sige, go ahead.
There are two articles actually. The first article natawa ko eh. Headline, no? Phone makers are embarrassing themselves by copying Apple's ideas. Number 1. Okay? Number 2, ito, isa pang tawag dito.
Article.
Tinanong sa CEO ng Asus. What kayo naglagay ng
Oh,
notch?
wait, interview yan. Okay. And what did the Jerry Shen?
Oh.
Sa
this is on Pocket Lint eh. Teka.
Okay.
So, sabi ni hindi pala si CEO, si yung marketing head nila, si Marcel Campos.
Yeah, okay.
Oo. Ang tanong sa kanya, why did you add the notch? Parang you're copying the iPhone. Alam mo una niya sinabi?
Yeah.
Hindi ba ang una daw na phone
Essential
na may
phone.
notch, yung essential phone? So, we're copying essential, not iPhone.
Okay. They're still copying something. No, but honestly, they're obviously copying iPhone because if you look at the back of the Zenfone 5, it has the vertically oriented dual camera.
Yeah.
And yung placement niya on the upper left corner, and then yung actual notch niya, not the notch, but yung actual bump ng camera, which is yung parang cheese grater, yung parang siyang knife edge na notch na camera bump, not like yung usual camera bump ng phones, which is gradual na pataas, right? Gradual na mountain, right?
Yes.
No, this was a complete parang flat vertical 90-degree up na 'di ba? Just like the iPhone 10. Which I still wonder why, kasi we've always been about ergonomic design from day one, right? So I don't understand why nagkaroon nun on the iPhone X in the first place. And I thought that was going to be something to consider or something people are going to complain about, but nobody complained about, which except for me. So and then we now have this phone from Asus, which has exactly the same, sharp, parang camera bump there, diba? I mean, if you kung sinayad mo sa barnisadong table ito, magagasgas yung varnish mo, diba? Kasi ganun ka sharp yung yung camera bump na to. I mean, let's say it's a design choice, fine. It's still very much not the essential phone design. It is very much the iPhone design, front and back, diba?
Well, hindi this isn't the first case naman of that happening.
Of course, yes.
Like, 'di ba?
A lot
Kita
of
mo,
a lot of brands have copied iPhone in more
2
ways
years
than
ago.
one.
From 2 years ago, and pati Asus kasama rin dito.
Yeah.
'Di ba napansin mo, lahat na lang ng telepono na galing Taiwan or China, biglang nag-adapt nung parang metallic na likod with the antenna bands, tapos biglang bilog na yung na yung mga butas ng speaker sa ilalim.
Yeah.
Biglang curved screen na lahat,
Yes.
kurbado na.
Yeah.
Everybody naman takes design ideas from Apple.
Yes.
And remember yung infamous na kaso ng Samsung
Samsung, Galaxy
Samsung
S.
tsaka Apple.
Yes.
Yung Galaxy S,
Yeah.
'di ba?
So historically,
design
historically, a
report
lot
din
of brands have copied from Apple.
Tantahan lang
Samsung
talaga to
is thankfully now not doing it as much,
Oo.
but they still have ako it's just for one from the last year, ever since the iPhone X was announced, every Android manufacturer now, at least in the Asian markets, have been trying to implement face unlock on their phones. And it's just the reason why is because face unlock is now popularized again by the iPhone 10. And their face unlock features are terrible. But unfortunately, they just want to copy the iPhone, and that's why they bring back the really crappy face unlock by Android. What's the super old Marshmallow? Tagal na eh. It's like before Marshmallow pa ata eh.
Oo. Parang Jelly Bean
Yeah,
pa ata.
when they removed it because it was insecure, diba? Because people can just easily spoof it, and also, it's also not as 100% effective as a fingerprint or whatnot. But so that's what I noticed is people, manufacturers are definitely keen to copy. Keen to copy. I mean, they've copied the 18:9 ratio display as well, right?
To be fair, no?
Which is
If the
from
design-
Samsung and iPhone of last
If
year.
if the design feature is good, I don't mind copying.
Yes,
Like for
exactly.
example, I'm happy na nakikigaya yung mga Android manufacturers dun sa wireless charging. No?
Wait,
In fact, may
Nokia
chicharger
wireless
pa ako.
charging, I remember. Nice.
It's
a good thing you reminded me.
Yung Nexus 5, 'di ba? The Nexus 5 had wireless charging.
Yeah.
Nexus 5, Nexus 6.
Nexus 7,
Tumigil.
the second gen.
Yung 6P tsaka 5X lang yung tumigil yung
Right.
yung wireless charging.
Yes.
But even up to the Nexus 4. The Nexus 4 had wireless charging din, no? Tumigil kasi there wasn't much third-party interest.
Yes.
Biglang binalik ni Apple, and now everybody wants to do
Samsung
wireless
has it
charging
too.
na rin.
Samsung has it too.
And to be fair, Samsung at least even before nilabas sa iPhone last year ng Apple yung wireless charging, yung for the past several years Samsung has had wireless charging.
Yeah.
So in fairness to them, they at least kept that feature. Pero yun na nga, no? If the design is if that feature is good, then I don't mind people copying
Of
it.
course.
But if there's no point to the feature, then I don't see the point in copying it either. Like with
Face unlock.
Notchgate.
No, okay. Let's talk about the notch. Okay. Do you think the notch is useless? Because I have. Okay, go ahead and explain what you think, or what do you think about the notch?
How do I put this? If you're not using your phone as a multimedia device, then there's no issue with the notch. Ang issue ko is, how do you work around, like for example, no, you're gonna watch YouTube, you're gonna watch Netflix, no, magla-landscape mode ka sa phone mo, no, how does the software compensate for the notch?
But
most manufacturers will just black out that area. So, kumbaga, hindi nakasama yung area, yung notch area dun sa aspect ratio nila.
But that happens with 18:9 ratio displays as well.
Oo. No? So, ang sa akin lang, if you're just going to not use that space at all, then ano pa isaysay ng notch?
Uh,
Parang yung
okay. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
um even when yung notch na yun nasa iPhone X, my impression of it has always been ano uh compromise ni Apple yan because they wanted to do a full screen phone. They just couldn't work around yung hardware limitations of having a camera. So sige, fine, we'll do a notch for aesthetics,
Okay.
no? And ano it's basically a pain in the ass design wise eh. And I don't see why people are rushing to copy it when it just causes headaches for app developers. It causes headaches for third party accessory makers, diba? Wala lang. It's
For case
for me,
makers,
it's a point,
I definitely agree there, at least for
it's a pointless feature for me.
Ako, okay. My side here. I think as displays go, this is an eventuality for displays in a mobile device to go when we do not want any more bezels, because obviously we want phones with no bezels, right? But certain things
That's a separate argument pero continue.
okay, so let's just majority na lang. Majority obviously wants phones with very little or no bezels, because that's what we've been trying to aim for a while now. Even I'm fine with my phone having top and bottom bezels and whatnot. But obviously we've been still striving for smaller bezels ever since ever since we basically had phones, or ever these smartphones came about. Bigger displays, smaller bezels, and better handling and whatnot. So I think the notch, I wouldn't have never thought of it before the essential phone came along. But now I think it makes sense. Not maybe yung notch design, right? Yung the what is that? Trapezoid, or what is that? Rhombus? But I'm fine with maybe the for example the essential phone design with just the front facing camera. But of course they would use a different technology. The essential phone uses yung vibration earpiece, right? So that's not going to be possible for a lot of manufacturers because it's not a very good earpiece at all. Most of the reviews nung essential phone is they hate the vibration earpiece. So to me it's a natural evolution of a display with no bezels. One thing I question is why the Zenfone still has a small bezels on the bottom, which the iPhone does not have. So to me, I think, or obviously you're not going to use that bezel when you do content consumption, or maybe you will. You'll just have to go with the black bezel border on your content, and that's going to be the sacrifice you're going to have to make. Or it's not going to be too much of a sacrifice if you're just going to use black bars on the sides. It's just that going to be unused part of the phone for content consumption. But for other things like just having more screen space for more stuff on your display, I think it's fine.
And that's where the other argument is eh.
Yes. And for example, the
Imagine,
Zenfone has a 19.5:9 ratio display, which is crazy. That's crazy tall. Yeah, go ahead.
You touched on yung the other topic I wanted to discuss pagdating sa notch eh. Diba? Masusulit daw yung space. The space will be utilized. No? Visualize mo to. Imagine that yung typical mo na Android home screen. No? Your typical Android home screen, no? With yung status bar sa taas, taskbar with the bottom,
or
navigation bar sa bottom, no? Balikan mo yung status bar sa taas, no?
It's
given
gonna
the number of
yeah
given the number of notifications that you have,
yeah.
the amount of space
It's
that
gonna be
that
the paint. It's gonna be a pain to read at a glance.
that's the amount of the space that's going to take up, not just on the left side of yung bar, pero yung sa right side din eh. Kasi yung right side mo, you have your Wi-Fi, you have
Yes.
your mobile data icons, you have
Yes.
your time, you have your teka lang, titignan ko yung phone ko. Ano ba yung mga madalas na dito? Yung
Bluetooth.
signal mo,
Bluetooth
Bluetooth.
alarm icon.
Oh, all of that. Putting a notch in the middle of that is a restriction on design space eh.
Okay.
If you put a notch, I think the majority of phone manufacturers will just put the status bar below that, which then makes the
No,
space the space beside the notch pointless.
from what I understand, it's gonna display what it can, and then siguro dot dot dot. So it's gonna show the important yung battery, Wi-Fi, and whatnot. And then on the left, it's gonna display like maybe icons of your notifications, and then dot dot dot, because it's not gonna fit the entire notification and not the entire, information there about your Bluetooth and whatnot. And then you tap the top, either the left or the right side. There's two things. On the Zenfone, I'm pretty sure you get a different pull-down bar if you tap the upper left corner of the notch versus the upper right corner of the notch.
Okay.
It's like the double finger pull down and the single finger pull down from before.
Gets ko yung design na yon.
And then when you tap, it pulls down a little bit. If you just tap, it just pulls down a little bit, and then it shows you all of your status icons. So it's an extra button if you have more than a few status icons, and if you have more than a few notifications.
Okay, I understand that approach. Ako lang kasi sanay ako because of yung setup na Android notifications. I'm able to see pretty much everything na kailangan ko check-in.
Right.
At glance dun sa status bar. Putting in an additional step or 2 steps to be able to see all of my notifications. To me is dun ako medyo I think I might that would be a point of annoyance para sa akin.
I understand. What if they gave you an option to put the notification bar on the notch
below the notch,
and gave you a shortcut bar thing, or something, other information thing, kind of like yung LG V30, V20. Wait, V30 doesn't have it anymore, right?
Wala na.
V20, V10, yung may OLED bar sa taas.
Pati V20 meron. Kung tama yung pagkakataon.
If I remember correctly. So what if they gave you that option to move your notification bar a little lower, and then have a customizable screen area above that notification bar on the left and right sides of the notch? It's gonna look ugly, but
matatanggap ko pa if it's part of stock Android. Ang issue ko kasi is, sige, kung isama ng, kunwari, Asus. If Asus makes it part of their Zen UI skin, no? What happens kung patuwan ko na ibang launcher?
Right, yeah. That's true.
What happens if I change the UI elements? Yun yung mga questions ko. I'm not saying I'm against that approach. I'm just ini-imagine ko lang ano yung mga potential na problema pag implement niyan eh.
Okay, so leading to that question, or at least following that question, segueing from that. How do you feel about Google apparently supporting the notch on Android P? Because Google is going to bake in, or at least I'm rumored to be baking in, proper support for a notch phone once Android P comes out this year.
Hintayin natin kasi Google I/O is in a few months eh.
Yeah.
So if they announce that then, and meron silang sample hardware para ma-show off yun, it depends on the implementation.
Yeah.
Obviously. So um, if they implement it in a way na there is added functionality, so may dagdag na features doon sa additional spaces sa gilid ng notch, and beneficial sa akin yung added features na yon, then mas open ako to accept it. Pero
Okay.
that depends on what Google will actually implement.
Okay.
If it's again, kung part ng alam mo naman ako stock Android snob ako eh. If it's part of stock Android at maganda implementation, then okay lang sa akin kasi
Okay.
nowadays more and more ang nangyayari it happened with Nokia, it's happened with Samsung. Pansin mo paano 'di ba? Palinis ng palinis yung
Thank God though. Thank God.
Oh, yung
Even
UI ng
even Asus, thank God.
Oo. Palinis na ng palinis. So, they're actually approaching more yung standard na gusto ni Google, and the more that happens, the happier I'll be. Kasi I've seen some articles nagko-complain na na lahat ng Android phones ngayon look too much alike. To me, that's a good thing. To me, that's a good thing.
Okay, so yung Android P na yun, right? That's obviously because Asus is not the only brand that's going to notch up their phone.
Parang mura yung mo eh.
Na notch up their
they're not the only manufacturers going to notch up their phone.
Yeah, they're not. Kasi I'm already seeing at least siguro mga 5 brands that are going to have notches. I think OnePlus is gonna have a notch. Vivo is gonna have a notch. Oppo, I think, is not far behind.
Oppo and OnePlus are owned by the same company.
And
Pati
Vivo.
Pati Vivo.
Yes,
So,
Vivo. All of them.
if one of them does a notch, they're all going to do a notch.
Oh yeah, because they basically have one design company or design studio or whatnot. Kasi if you see yung Oppo has basically OnePlus OnePlus build or OnePlus has Oppo designs. Anyway.
OnePlus is a smaller company, so At saka lahat ng recent na phones na nilabas nila may design similarity with an older Oppo phone. So
Jonathan Nava is there. So sa mga vloggers na kasama natin. So the notch, it's gonna be here to stay. It's gonna be here to stay.
Better for worse.
I'm sure Cherry Mobile, my cloud phone and whatnot. We're gonna be maliligo tayo sa notch in 2018 most likely, and face unlock sadly. So I think it's gonna be here to stay.
In other words, masasabihan tayo, kiss my notch.
Kiss my notch. And my next question would be, it's also a notch related question. So would you prefer a phone with a very small bezel like the Galaxy S8, S9 without the notch, or would you prefer one with basically virtually no bezel but has a notch?
Again, depende na yan sa software at saka sa apps Kung if since medyo malakas ako mag-consume ng multimedia sa phone ko, if the multimedia apps are going to take full advantage of that extra space at hindi lang nila itatago sa black bar dahil hindi kaya ng aspect ratio ng videos nila, then worth it.
Okay.
If you're going to end up losing all of that extra space to black bars when you watch a video, then 'di ba? Parang sayang
But you could also argue that for 18:9 ratio displays. Little bit.
Same argument. If it's not supported by the software, kind of pointless.
Okay. No, I admit the 18:9 ratio displays, they are a little bit better at this because on some programs, particularly for example Netflix, if you're looking at wider than 18:9 ratio movies, Netflix actually knows that they're blacktop and they're not reformatted to 16:9. 16:9 exactly. I'm forgetting my goddamn ratios now. They're actually formatted to their anamorphic or whatever wider screen ratio. So, for example, if you're watching, my example here is, let's say, Top Gear. Top Gear is actually wider than 16 by 9. So if you watch, wait, not Top Gear. Sorry, my bad. That was an example of that. Mali yung ano ko, kasi I remember the example. I recorded an example of Top Gear being cropped, and then yun na nga, kinrop nila yung top and bottom. So not Top Gear. Other programs on Netflix that are wider. It actually eliminates the black bar, at least a little bit of the black bar, and it spreads out the content more to the 18 by 9 or whatever ratio display you have. And it fits better because you get less of the black bars. And that being said, yung kung 18 by 9 yan with no notch, pasok siya, walang putol, right? I have not seen what a notched phone would do with one of those videos and then you zoomed in. Mapuputol ba ng notch yung left side, do you think? That's the question there. And obviously, that's gonna be, that's what I mean about the notch, the 18 by 9 displays having better implementation when it comes to zooming into videos, right?
Yep.
Kasi even if it's like 16 by 9 but you zoomed in, at least hindi putol ng notch dun sa left side. But yeah, that's gonna be a question for how Asus, for example, or other phones gonna use that notch when you're consuming content. But admittedly, 18 by 9 does it a little bit better, but just that much better. But assuming it's 16 by 9, wala pa rin nagagawa yung 18 by 9 ratio of displays. It's still gonna be black bars.
Exactly.
That's why I'm not super excited into switching into wide phones. I'm still rocking all of my phones are still 16 by 9. So
and don't get me started on headphone jacks. Baka lalong tumagal tong show na to.
Well, the Samsung and the Asus has headphone jack, so we have no issues there. No issues there. All right, so I forget what. Let's read. I'm babasa ako ng comment dito sandali.
Ang tagal natin pinag-usapan yung notch. I'm sure may comments yung mga tao.
Marami. I'm not gonna read all of it kasi I can see a lot of people. I think for what it's worth, sa comments natin, I think I'd say 7 out of 10 people do not like the notch. Honestly, I think it's just an evolution of the display or the lack of bezels that we're gonna get. Obviously, I don't want the TV with the notch. Ayun na lang sasabihin ko. I don't want a TV with the notch because that's primarily for content consumption. I don't want to play games on my PC with my graphics card and then may notch yung TV ko. No, not gonna work.
That's a good question. So imagine mo, yung Alienware laptop mo ngayon.
May notch? Hindi ko tatanggal. But that's a laptop.
Yung monitor ng laptop.
I understand.
No bezels on the left or the right. Walang bezel sa taas, pero may notch for the webcam, for the notification light.
No,
okay,
definitely not. But that's a laptop, right? I consider the phone a little bit different there because it has to be in a certain form factor, and it's not always content consumption in my opinion. There, obviously the software is also custom made for that notch to work. And dito sa Windows, I don't think Microsoft is gonna be like, I'm gonna program something for the possible notch that manufacturers are gonna do. So I think it's a different product, not necessarily. But I think, for example, if maybe Apple creates an app MacBook with a notch, I'm sure they're gonna program something for that notch.
Here for me, here's the thing. And I think some of yung mga nag-comment have reacted similarly. You can either have design-wise, kunwari, you need to fit in your camera and your other stuff, but you want to maximize yung screen mo. You can either have a notch or a chin na bezel sa phone. But not both.
Right.
No? If you have both, you're just contradicting yourself no? Kasi you're putting in a notch to maximize screen space. Pero you also have a chin.
Well, yun na nga, yung sa Asus,
which reduces your screen space. Either either mag-commit ka to minimizing your bezels or just have bezels, period.
Yes.
Alam mo yun?
Because on that Zenfone 5, honestly, if they just move the display down and take up that chin, I'm sure mafi-fit nila yung cameras and phones.
Oo. Parang ano that's my biggest issue with the Asus design. Medyo parang they added
it's a little half-assed. It's a little half-assed.
Yeah, just for the sake of having a notch. Sana mas pinag-isipan nila yung design na yun. You want your 18:9, fine. Bawasan mo yung chin, no? Pero don't have both a notch and a chin.
Okay,
no?
okay, right. Okay, so let's end the notch thing. Let's read some comments. Let's see here. Vstech says, I think it will fail. Parang gimit lang yung, ano yung under display scanner. So, that's another discussion. I don't know if we should talk about that. I think it's another day. But, quick, what do you think under display scanner? Go.
Well, it's supposed to be. That's gonna be one of yung main features ng S8 tsaka iPhone X.
It could be a future that we'll be getting soon. Kasi it's a Snapdragon technology. I mean, it's a Qualcomm
Vivo
technology.
na? Isn't there a Vivo phone na may
yeah,
screen
but it's
scan
still hindi pa siya available publicly.
Okay.
So it's still in the prototype, not prototype, but more like announced phase na siya, but still not available.
First gen. So interesado akong lumabas yung Vivo na phone na yun dito just to see how it works. If okay yung implementation niya on a Vivo phone, then malamang it'll be even better on a Samsung or an iPhone. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm sure Samsung is gonna launch something soon. Maybe not this year, but soon. Ryzen 3 1200 processor. Don't buy Ryzen right now. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, the Ryzen series. If you don't include the new ones, that is the 2300 and the 2500G, the Ryzen series is due for a price cut. The Ryzen 3, the Ryzen 5, the Ryzen 7, they all got price cut during CES January 2018. Problema lang, hindi pa nag-aapekto yung price cut dito sa Pilipinas. So, we're waiting for a price cut on the Ryzens because primarily, yung katabi niya na Intel processor is cheaper. We are in a generation right now where Intel is cheaper than AMD. Would you believe that?
Yep.
Kasi
used to be si AMD ang budget
Exactly. So don't think about buying a Ryzen right now. The thing is, let's say let's look at the highest end. The Ryzen 7 1800 1800X right now is around 25,000 pesos. And the Intel equivalent, the i7 8700K, which is yung overclockable nila na 8th gen, 6-core 12-thread, is 19K.
Yep.
And by all general tests, except for yung complete super multi-threaded multitasking tests, in all tests, gaming and most of the time the Intel wins and it's cheaper.
Yep.
So don't buy a Ryzen right now until the price drop happens. Poll sa community, yes or no sa notch. Oppo V1 Plus Vivo, Senena's changes coming so as the notch and the bezel less. Should I say it's a top-notch feature? BXZL says, nakakasar yung mga bagong designs tulad ng fingerprint sensor. Pansin ko lang sa Samsung at iba, napakalapit ng fingerprint sensor sa camera. Ano lang talaga, placement lang talaga. I mean, it's just originally, that's where your finger would go. It's just that the camera was there too. So nagkataon na magkadikit lang sila. Alright, so let's move from the Asus and the Samsung. Let's just quickly mention the Samsung 12 megapixel camera pa rin, same display, same battery.
Yon.
10 nanometer chips and whatnot. It's not a big difference talaga. The Asus one, at least for the standard, okay, I want to talk about this kasi I want to talk pricing sandali. The Asus one, the Asus 5, Zenfone 5, is a Snapdragon 636, 4 or 6 gigs of RAM, if I'm not mistaken. 3,300 milliamp hour battery. Has a 12 megapixel main shooter with OIS, 8 megapixel wide angle rear camera as well, na secondary for wide angle shots, and an 8 megapixel front facing, which is pretty standard all across the board for a mid-range smartphone, right? And you get the notch and whatnot. So I think the best thing here, at least from my opinion, because I'm okay with the notch, is I like the new design because of the big screen. Other than that, and also yung classic makintab na likod ni Asus, which they brought back from the Zenfone 3. I like the overall design. I like that the screen is bigger overall. But I'm really jaded now about Asus Zenfone pricing.
Okay, so let's start with that. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Ito I'm not even gonna talk about the 5 right now. I'm gonna talk about yung upper end nila, si 5Z.
5Z. Yeah.
No. Ang 5Z,
Did you catch the pricing on that one?
the official price in British pounds is 500 pounds, which roughly is about 690 US dollars. So you're talking
35K.
35, you're talking 30 plus. Oh,
Yeah.
35K
Uh-huh.
for a phone na, yes, you could probably call it a flagship, pero kung itatapat mo sa mga iba pang flagships na nasa 30 plus range, medyo
Malabo.
medyo mahirap na sabihin kaya silang tapatan ng 5Z eh.
Yeah, yeah. I think Asus is just really trying to be a first tier brand, except they just haven't proved they're first tier yet.
Oo.
It's like they're saying we're better than OnePlus or something. We're better than Huawei or something. And I'm sure in their head their products are probably better, or at least overall better. It's just not, I don't know if the pricing should be this high.
Yep.
And you're talking SRPs right now. That whereas on the announcement, that is rarely the case. Na pagdating sa Pilipinas would be anywhere close to the SRPs during the announcement. That is one issue that I have with Asus right now. Kasi nangyari yan, Zenfone 2 pa lang eh.
Oh.
Zenfone 2 pa lang, they had a relative, ang Zenfone 2 was supposedly like 9,000. Nag-launch si Zenfone 2 at 12 plus. And kinuot na nila yung prices back then do sa launch. So how did the quoted prices fall that far from the realistic price? Zenfone 3, same deal. It should have been 13K? Naging 19K.
Yep.
And same with the Zenfone 4. The Zenfone 4 was gonna be 20 plus in the low 20s. And it dumating siya at 29.
Yep.
That's just the standard Zenphones, not even the higher end Zenfone, which obviously nagkaroon ng higher end Zenfone circa Zenfone 3, I think. Ano ba yung, yeah. So their pricing for the Zenfone 5Z, you mentioned this about $700. I'm gonna give it a conservative kasi what was it like? It was like 475 euros, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just give it the price of like $600. That's 30K pesos.
35, lalabas yan dito.
No, I honestly believe it's gonna be like 39,000 for the 5Z. If it's ever gonna launch in the Philippines, it's probably gonna be. If we're following this trend that Asus is doing with their pricing,
yep,
it's gonna be 39,000 for the 5Z, and then by correlation, by estimation, we don't have the price for the 5, but I'm gonna say the 5 is gonna be more than 30,000. Kasi how do you go from your Zenfone 4 being 29,000 and then saying mas mura yung Zenfone 5? They're gonna
Well.
argue they're gonna argue that they went through hell and back just to design this goddamn notch. Right?
Yep.
They went through like 9 billion aluminum manufacturing processes and whatnot to create this completely new design with absolutely no bezels that nobody has seen before.
Mm.
It's gonna be a brand new and just like the Zenfone 4 series mangyayari, we might not even see the Zenfone 4 or the Zenfone 5 realistically appear in the Philippine market. Kung ganun lang din yung pricing nila. Because the Zenfone 4 did not realistically appear in the Philippines. Even today. It came. I think sa mga tindahan merong oh my god, there's a Zenfone 4 here. You can't buy it. It did not become commercially available. Unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's not commercially available because they knew nobody was gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this one. I mean, honest to good, I mean, they seem to be confident about it. The Zenfone 5 versus the Zenfone 4. I think the Zenfone 4 they took their goddamn time a little bit with the Zenfone 4. They announced Asus has been announcing the Zenfone series early every year. But on the Zenfone 4, they announced it mid of the year. Mm-hmm. They launched their phones, third quarter, fourth quarter of the year? And then the Zenfone 4 and then the Zenfone 4 never came out.
Mm.
So the Zenfone 5, thankfully, they were confident about at least this year. Enough that they would launch at MWC. But they didn't announce pricing. Look at the parallels between the Samsung launch versus the Asus launch. Samsung had literal units flying out of their goddamn ass for every single guy to test.
Yep. Kaya ang daming hands-on reviews bigla.
Exactly.
Nga ako eh.
Walang limitation sa pag-post ng pictures that you've taken with the Samsung. Mm-hmm. No limitations. Obviously, nung Samsung, there were limitations because they called it a pre-production unit. And obviously, they had limited units available to try.
Of course.
So I'm seeing this and I'm saying they don't have a lot of Zenphones yet. Look at Samsung. Samsung is gonna launch in 2 weeks. You can buy a Samsung in 2 weeks' time.
You can pre-order a Samsung now.
Today. So Samsung has been producing like crazy. Asus, I don't know yet. Kasi they did say what? March, April, July. I think. Or June. I think.
Parang
March for the Lite.
They promised Q2. Yun na lang masasabi ko.
Yeah.
Ang naalala ko, they promised Q2.
Dun sa live stream, it was March. They didn't say what countries, right? I think it was March for the Lite, which I don't. Who cares? Where's? Look at it. What? Zenfone 5 Lite is a 1080p 18:9 display.
Okay.
And then there's a chipset variant. There's a 430 and a 630 variant.
Please tell me the 430 variant is how do I put this? Below $200.
And of course the front camera ng Zenfone 5 Lite is 20 megapixels. So
we've actually talked about this a lot, pero we can the last thing I'll say is Asus is trying to make the Zenfone a premier brand.
Yeah.
I don't think they're there yet.
Yeah.
And they're taking a lot of risks this year if they're going to continue to push and price their phones as a premium brand, but not be able to sell at the same level of even a Huawei or or an LG, no? if they can
There's
sell
a yeah.
if they can sell at the if they can sell as much as Huawei and keep their premium pricing, then they can succeed.
Yeah.
It's just that ang hirap i-justify. And I'm not even comparing them to Samsung anymore.
No.
I'm comparing them now to Huawei.
Yeah.
Huawei has saner pricing on their flagships.
Yeah. And even I have complaints of pricing ng sa Huawei.
Oo, they have more sane pricing.
Yeah.
And yes, it's still slightly overpriced, pero it's more mas parang maasa ka lang ng konti sa presyo ng Huawei, whereas sa Asus mapapamura ka talaga eh.
Right. And then may panda na mura and then napapamura. Okay, so there is still
Pun intended.
pun intended. There is still time. There is still time for this to be for the pricing to be rectified. It's not set in stone that these prices will come out like this, that we're expecting it to be. But given Asus's track record, I'm leaning towards it's gonna be expensive. Yun lang talaga. They could pull out this rabbit out of their ass. No, Zenfone 5 25K. Damn, right? That'd be great.
Yep.
If they could pull off 25K for Zenfone 5, that'd be great, right? Look at the design, the notch, and everything. That'd be like slapping Apple in the face with a very affordable notch phone, right?
Yep.
And Apple doesn't even, it's like 1080p rin naman yung notch ni iPhone eh. It's not gonna be like Quad HD or anything. So there, that's what the Zenfone vibe. And I know there's been people who'll be like, okay, yung quoted price is gonna be this. I don't believe on Asus's quoted price for now, because track record has been bad since the Zenfone 2, and that's what, second year of Asus on phones.
Yep.
They've never followed their SRP on announcement since their second year of making phones. That's and that's what, 4 out of 5 of their years of making phones.
Yep.
This is their 5th year. Diba? Are you gonna follow the fact that yung Zenfone, the first series, followed closely to their SRP no announcement? Or are you gonna follow their pattern year after year since Zenfone 2, diba?
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Zenfone. There's still time. There's still time. Asus could still put it out of their hats. The thing is, don't expect this phone to come out when they said it's gonna come out, because Asus never makes it to that date. And given that, I didn't see a lot of products or a lot of these Zenphones being shown to us or to test, to try out, I highly doubt they're gonna make it to what they said as March for the Zenfone 5 Lite, April for the Zenfone 5, the regular Zenfone 5, and then June for the Zenfone 5Z. I highly doubt, especially in the Philippines, I highly doubt. Siguro si Lite. Si Lite will probably maybe even reach March this year sa atin. So this month. But that's the Lite. And I could almost see the Zenfone 5 Lite fetch 19,000 pesos because of how Asus is pricing their phones. I mean, look at this. Look at I hate to stick in this. I hate to be stuck in this topic, but the Zenfone Max is what, 12K, and it's got oh, this is a what?
430.
No.
Zenfone 4 Max. 430.
Oh, this is the wait. This is not the Max Plus. I was thinking Max Plus. The Max Plus is 12. Max M1 pala to. This is different. But if you think that if you look at how the Max Plus right now with a MediaTek processor is fetching 12K.
Yep.
How would you price the Zenfone 5 Lite? With a 20 megapixel selfie camera and 16 and 8 megapixel main cameras. And 18:9 ratio display and all that, whatever. 4 gigs of RAM apparently.
To think, 3 years ago, we were giving awards
Yeah.
to Asus for
I mean,
value for
even
money.
up until Zenfone 3.
For value for money.
Yeah.
We were giving them awards for that.
Yeah.
no?
Oh.
And it's obvious with their moves now
Mm.
that value for money is not a profitable
No.
option for
Yeah,
them.
I guess.
So they want to be premium. They want to be recognized as a premium brand. They want to be priced as a premium brand.
Mm.
Whether that will succeed,
Remains to be seen.
hindi- remains to be seen. I have my doubts. But medyo risky ang ginagawa. Well, to be fair, no? The reality talaga, and I'm gonna talk about this some more later. The reality talaga ngayon is there's no real money to be made sa mid-range tsaka low-end eh. Kasi
I think
commodity
Oppo and
pricing
Vivo
kasi eh.
beg to differ, though.
Ha?
I think Oppo and Vivo beg to differ.
Na, I'm talking in terms of sa dami ng kalaban mo eh. I think Asus is consciously trying to move out of the value for money or the mid-range market.
Okay.
Kasi
Alright.
they see more opportunity.
Because
They see fewer competitors.
Xiaomi is bitch slapping their asses.
Oo. They see fewer competitors, they see more opportunity.
Yeah, okay.
Good luck na lang sa kanila. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Okay, so that being us burning parang discussing the Zenfone thing to death. Let's move on to something very promising.
Wait lang.
Okay.
Before we move there, can we discuss muna yung isa pang in-announce na line of phones ng MWC?
Yes.
I want to talk about the Sony phones muna for a second.
Okay, all right. Sony. I'm not familiar too much about this. I'm just gonna read it. A pair of exciting new flagships, pretty controversial ones. XZ2 and XZ2 compact feature and fresh new ambient flow design, a lot curvier than before, complete with 18:9 displays underneath, 845, 19 megapixel motion eye camera system, HDR recording. Oh yeah, I remember this a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Quick overview ng ng XZ2 tsaka XZ2 compact. Okay. Couple of pluses. They wala pa yung detalyado specs eh. Pero design wise, couple of things that I like. Number one, hindi na siya all glass.
Yeah.
Hindi na glass back, which pabor ako doon, no?
Glass pa rin yung Z2, 'di ba? Yung yung HTC U11 design, right? This one?
Hindi na glass yung back ng XZ2.
But it's still shiny.
Oh, it's still shiny.
Okay.
Pero yung
right,
yung
hindi na siya yung flat.
No? The XZ2 is no longer yung full glass, yung harap-likod glass.
Got it.
Which, pabor ako. I've complained about all glass designs going back to the Nexus 4.
Okay.
I think, yes, it looks nice, pero hindi talaga siya practical for phone design.
Okay.
So I'm happy na bumalik sila doon. A couple of other things to mention, no? 18.9 na itong mga to.
Yeah.
The XZ Premium is the XZ2 is 5.7. Yung XZ2 Compact is 5-inch. Otherwise, the main specs are the same. Yung meron ng XZ2 na wala si Compact is wireless charging.
Right.
And ano yung isa pang missing?
Yeah, I forgot, but there should be more.
This dynamic vibration system na supposedly parang mala-dual shock na yung
Right.
Mala-dual shock na yung vibration ng XZ2.
Gimmick.
It's a gimmick, yes. It's also mimicking yung design ng mga previous flagships na wala ring headphone jack.
Wait, wala silang headphone jack? Oh,
no headphone jack. Snapdragon 845 and yung fingerprint sensor hindi na sa gilid, nasa likod na.
Right, kasi they could not launch fingerprint sensors aside sa US eh. Right? Remember that?
Yes.
So I think they changed the design also because now that they could get with the new design, they could have fingerprint scanners in the US now.
Yes. Yeah, so-
If you haven't heard of that, there's a little bit of a ano ba to? Legal
Brouhaha.
legal brouhaha in the US where Sony could not put out their fingerprint scanners sa power button on the side sa United States.
Oo.
One thing that I learned about these though that I like, which is not for everybody, probably not for 99% of people, is their video recording has HDR encoding.
Yes. Totoo yun.
So I'm very interested in this, if only because I want to record videos in HDR.
Oo.
It's not nobody's gonna see my HDR videos because I'm the only guy I know who has an HDR TV. Really, siguro yung kapatid ko. I haven't asked him recently what his TV was, but I'm the only one I know who has an HDR TV that actually can watch HDR content.
Yep.
And bukod pa dun, I don't know what platform I'm gonna upload HDR videos to, because I don't know if YouTube supports HDR videos yet, or if it does, I don't know how to encode or edit HDR videos yet in my video editor. I don't know if my video editor even supports reading and encoding HDR content. It's a completely different. I mean, even if I don't edit it, even if it's just the raw file, siguro maybe I can upload that. But I still don't know if it's gonna work. So it's not like I'm looking at it from the side of being a practical na parang, oh, I'm gonna use HDR because everybody's gonna see this and whatnot, or future proofing or whatnot. But the thought of it really makes me happy that this phone can now shoot HDR. I know it's gonna be like nobody's gonna see it. It's just like 4K a few years ago, right?
Yep.
Nobody's gonna see 4K. Now it's getting slightly better. You know, MacBooks have more than 1080p displays now. A lot of phones have more than 1080p displays now. And some computers and some gaming people have 1440p displays or even 4K displays if they actually look for the good deals and whatnot. So I think 4K is getting more accepted, but I don't know about HDR. It's a completely different. It's not like an increase in just the resolution of the thing. It's a completely different format na talaga eh. So, yun lang napansin ko sa XE2. I think it's Sony being Sony again, not exactly innovating so much. It could get a little bit of traction because may fingerprint scanner na siya sa US.
Sa US it has bigger issues than the fingerprint scanner, to be honest.
I know. Yeah.
They're not going to sell in the US until they get picked up by a carrier.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do right now. They're really trying.
If they can get AT&T or Verizon or one of those other, one of the
they'll get a lot of traction.
other carriers,
Yeah, they'll get a lot.
then bebenta sila sa US.
But let's talk
about kultura dun eh.
Yeah.
Open line phones are just not a thing doon
Yeah.
eh.
So let's talk about, a lot of people are saying this design is a ripoff of HTC U11.
I can see that, pero
it's not gonna matter so much. Okay.
To be honest, I don't think naman HTC is going to matter that much
No,
next
yeah,
year.
that's true. That's true. I have their phone, then I don't even care. All right, so let's move on. One quick thing is people are requesting to talk about the Vivo completely bezel-less phone. This is a concept phone. It's called the Apex concept phone. New advancements in OLED technology. The Apex 5.99-inch panel spans nearly entire of the front and doubles as speaker and earpiece. I don't know how it gets the camera though. So meron siyang fingerprint, under-display fingerprint scanner technology now spans the entire bottom half of the display. The selfie camera pops up when needed via a small motorized dome.
So that's the workaround. So
it's now an electronically pop-out camera.
Imagine nyo na lang, para sa ating mga viewers, imagine nyo the phone equivalent of yung sports car na lumalabas yung headlight.
Yeah. Wag mo yun, baka mamaya mauso yung ganun. It is
I
a
mean,
concept though. It's just a concept.
it's an interesting concept. Ito na lang sabihin ko
Mhm.
If you buy that phone, tanggapin mo na you're never gonna get a case for that.
Yeah, I mean it's just a concept, so it's probably not going to be an actual phone.
Of
Diba?
course. So anyway, so that's why I can understand why people want to put a notch kasi you just have to have space
Yeah.
talaga sa screen mo for a camera,
Right.
no? You can I applaud Vivo's workaround for that. I don't think that's going to catch on lang talaga kasi you're just putting in one more thing na pwedeng masira.
Yeah. One thing I will say about this is that I'm glad Vivo is taking risks in terms of adding a under display fingerprint scanner, for example. That is the one thing that is already trying to, talagang they're literally actually trying to come out with. This one obviously a concept, but I like that they're trying. I like that they're doing stuff. They're trying stuff.
Yep.
And they're probably the only manufacturer right now that is actually literally throwing shit at the wall right now, at some and seeing how people will react to it. And it's gonna be like, oh, that shit on the wall. It seems like it's art. It's art. So yeah, it's not gonna come out anytime soon. Please, please stop price ponying yourself, okay? Dapat yun na lang yung response sa mga unrealistic shit that people are expecting. Please stop price ponying yourself. This is not gonna come out anytime soon. Probably 2019. This is like nearly the level of what? Hindi naman near. Just like yung Lego kabit-kabit phone. Anong tawag doon dati? Ano?
Ay. Ito. That reminds me. Sige,
the completely modular one, anong tawag doon?
Para sa'yo, tsaka para sa mga viewers natin. Project Tango ata or something like that?
No, Tango is yung AR.
Sorry. Project something.
Yeah.
Yun yung nalala ko. Hindi. I just want to ask that question. Kasi may bigla akong naisip because of what you mentioned eh.
Right, okay.
For you and for our viewers, papayag ba kayo? Completely bezel-less phone, tapos yung front camera, modular add-on.
Oh, hey, that's a good question.
Meaning, bibili ka pa ng add-on.
Or let's say included in the box, but it's also didikit mo pa.
Oo, kakabit mo pa.
Oh.
Ikaw, would you be willing to get that kind of a phone?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Project Ara, there you go. Thanks, Kuya Norms.
Project Ara, yun, tama.
Absolutely not. Even though I don't use the front cam so much, it's number one, selfies is the generation of today. So mahirap mabenta yon outright. Pangalawa, it's just gonna be kind of inconvenient when you need it. And it's just like, as you mentioned, it's gonna be another point of failure. I'm thinking the easiest way to implement something like that is if Motorola came up with a Moto Z with no front cam, and then came up with the Moto Mod that is a front cam. That is the closest you can get in today's parang rigid smartphone design standards.
Yep.
Yeah. I recently also, by the way, I've considered trying to get a Moto Z kasi inaantay ko yung keyboard mod eh. And malapit na matapos yung keyboard mod. The slide out keyboard mod.
Get the if you really want to get one, get the Z Play 2. Yun yung ano.
Yes.
That's the more modern design. Sorry, that's the mas recent na lumabas, and it's decent value for the money.
Sabi ni Nia Lenz Aquino, pass daw. Okay, so hindi. So I was looking
Sige, para sa'yo, tanong. Kung yung slide out, kung full screen, pero pop-out keyboard, tapos yung nandun sa pop-out keyboard yung selfie cam.
Sure! I'll take it. I want that keyboard, dude. Ito so going back to the Moto Z uh, story that I was referring. So I was thinking of getting a Moto Z because of the keyboard mod, and sabi ko, okay, binuhay ko yung I went back to my Galaxy S5 with my keyboard mod, and then okay lang, sabi ko okay naman. And then I went back to my BlackBerry Priv, which I already reset kasi naasar ako one time, sobrang lag niya. So nireset ko yung BlackBerry Priv, and then sabi ko, since I'm getting back into this keyboard thing, right? And I'm already thinking about spending money to buy this Moto Z with the keyboard mod, I might as well check out the BlackBerry Priv again. So sinet up ko yung BlackBerry Priv, and what I did was completely Spartan setup sa BlackBerry Priv. I removed even some of the Google apps na yung mga Google Drive, Google Sheets, mga ganon. I disable those, and I think 8 out of the 10 BlackBerry apps. So let's say no 6. Let's say 4 out of the 6 BlackBerry apps that I have, which I never use because it's like BBM and stuff like that. I disabled those. I disabled yung other BlackBerry features like yung if you swipe up on a icon, magbubukas siya ng widget. I disabled everything, completely Spartan version of the BlackBerry Priv, and it is now very tolerably decent at multitasking. Hindi na siya nag-overheat. Hindi na siya naglalag when I switch apps. It's like right now I would give it maybe kung ano siya, maybe a Snapdragon 810 yung dating niya right now sa akin. Or 808.
Okay.
Wait,
okay.
It is an 808, I forgot. Wait, what is it? It's an 808. Anyway, hindi na siya lagi. It's like a Nexus right now for me. Nexus 6P. So, mabilis na. The Nexus 6P was very smooth, right? Yep. And that stayed my execution. It stayed my need for the Moto Z. For now. Because I now have the physical keyboard again on the BB Priv. It doesn't lag. So now, sinet up ko ulit siya as a secondary phone that is actually usable. And hindi siya sobrang laggy enough that I'm gonna hate myself for like switching to Facebook or switching to texting and whatnot. Dati kasi you press the messaging app, the standard Google messaging app on the BB Priv, literally you have to wait just like the Galaxy S5 days. So now it just launches and then loads a little bit and then gano'n na, okay na. So it's stayed my execution in buying a new phone. So BB Priv still alive, still not as smooth. Boy pa rin si Moto Doge, still alive, very nice, very smooth. The Moto Doge is great because it has it's my most water repellent phone. Kasi it has the nano coating, the hydrophobic nano coating. So I use it in the shower. I don't sprinkle water or anything. Pero syempre, at least pag tinamaan siya ng tubig or moisture ng yung steam, right? At least hindi siya prone to breaking because of a little bit of moisture, right? So this is what I use while watching YouTube in the shower. At least even if it breaks, it's not gonna be a big loss. Anyway, let's talk about what I'm really excited about today. If you're okay with talking about it now.
Yeah, game.
So let's talk about the Nokia phones because aside from the banana phone, which I'm sure a lot of people are excited about, they have really doubled down on value and quality and I don't know how do you explain this? Their weaknesses they made into strengths.
Yep.
And I wish I had like there's one video that I watched that is a summary of the Nokia announcements, and I was really happy about that. I just can't show it because obviously it's a different. Wait, maybe Nokia has that copyright, right? If I played some of that live stream back, that is a Nokia. God, it's a summary by another channel. Nokia MWC in 5 minutes. Well, anyway, if you're one of the audience, you should watch this. iGadget Pro. Wait, maybe we'll watch it from iGadget Pro. Engadget did it. Is the one I watched. Engadget. You can skip like the first 3 minutes because it's just a banana phone.
Dates across the entire range.
This is the one we're talking
Here,
when
at
they're
this very
talking
same
about.
venue,
I'll actually share my
we
screen
announced
now.
that we will become the first manufacturer to commit to monthly security updates across the entire range.
Monthly
To deliver
security
the latest
updates.
platform updates for the entire portfolio. And
They're
stay
they're
pure.
committing that as part of yung sa Android One eh.
Yeah.
I'm happy to report that we've delivered on that commitment. As some manufacturers are rolling out Nokia 6, that today we further strengthen that partnership.
This is Android, the
Think
Android
of
one.
this as a marriage.
Oo. So let's talk about that for a second. Sige, habang tumatakbo pa tong video na to.
Okay.
And the latest
Okay,
platform
so
even
Android
faster.
One started out as
I'm
pang
pleased to announce
pang low-end the phones, di ba?
Yeah.
Tingnan mo, we had My Phone and a Cherry dito sa Pilipinas. Actually,
Yeah.
2 cherries
Yeah.
na nag-Android One, di ba?
Yes.
As a way of introducing daw kuno stock Android at the low end.
Uh-huh.
No? Hindi siya bumenta,
Not as
For
much
the
as
most-
yeah, that's true.
not as much as Google would have wanted.
Yeah, overall
Because-
in the entire world pa yan. Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I think what they realized after the fact is at the low end, no, yung for budget phones, UX and the stock Android experience are not priorities
Yeah.
for people.
A lot. Yeah,
No?
yeah. They wanted selfie, they wanted yeah. It's true.
They want basta bang for the buck. Give me the most features for the money regardless of whether it's stock, whether the UX is good, ganun, no?
Uh-huh.
And at the same time, because sa dami na nag-complain nung nawala yung Nexus line, nakita nila, uy,
May opportunity.
Teka.
May yeah.
there's a demand for mid-range, no?
Uh-huh.
You have your low-end phones, you have your Android Go for your low-end, you have your Pixel for your high-end.
But surprisingly
There's a market for your
go ahead.
mid-range. There's a market for your mid-range, and as it happens, most of Nokia stuff is low-end to mid-range.
Yeah.
So,
But I want to say something though. The Nokia 6 was a Snapdragon 430. The original.
yes.
So, nung time na yun, hindi pa sila sobrang panalo doon. Because there was Xiaomi, but
Especially for the price.
Huh?
Especially for the price.
Yes,
The Nokia
yes.
was selling for, I think, 12K.
Yeah, 11, 12K, yeah.
11, 12K for a friggin' 430.
Yeah.
Kung yung Zenfone 4 Max tinira natin for costing 11,000 with a 430, mas lalo na tong si
Yes,
si
C6.
Nokia 6, 'di ba?
You could argue that it should have been around 9,000. You could argue that the design was good, the UI was good and all that, and maybe possibly the camera was good. But it's definitely the chipset was definitely not 12K.
Oo.
Yun lang yung ano doon. But now with the new version, 625 ata or 630 or something, basta it's the new one. Snapdragon 600 series na siya. So
teka.
that makes it.
I have that documented eh. Teka, saan na yun? Nokia 6 2018, this is 630. Okay,
Right.
so read out ko lang yung specs ha. Aluminum body, two-tone anodization, 5.5-inch screen, 16:9. So thank God, no notch.
Yeah.
1080p LCD. Ito to be fair. Hindi ako as sold on AMOLED as other people.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
have a
fine.
problem with
I'm fine
LCD
with
screen.
IPS.
Oo. No? So 1080p IPS LCD screen, 16 megapixel rear camera, Zeiss optics. Okay?
This is the 6, right? The 6. Okay, here we go.
Front camera 8 megapixel, 660 Snapdragon, octa-core, 4 gig RAM, built-in 64 gig, 3,000 milliampere battery, Android 8 out of the box.
And very hindi ba Android One itong 6 or 7 ba yung Android One?
Starting with the 7 Plus, alam ko. Yung 7 Plus yung magsa-start na Android One.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Scratch that. Ito I'm looking at yung graphic itong Nokia 6 na 2018. I-send ko sa iyo yung graphic, pero yung likod ng phone says Android One.
Oh, okay.
Teka send ko sa iyo.
Yeah, okay. So on their YouTube channel, you can see it. They have uploads. Yung uploads nila here, it doesn't need to be confirmed. I think we should be able to confirm it from here. It says the new Nokia 6 with Android One.
Ayun.
On their YouTube channel.
Eto, here's the graphic. Send ko sa iyo yung picture.
Okay.
I-post mo if you want.
You see that?
Ay, nakasulat sa baba, near the bottom of yung phone.
There you go. Yeah. It does say Android One there. Oh nga. Yeah. It looks nice too, by the way. Parang sandpaper design.
Parang.
Pero sandpaper na may kulay hindi yung itim lang na sandpaper ng OnePlus. So that's what I'm super excited about. This Nokia 6 One. Yung Nokia 7 I'm not really that excited about. But the Nokia 6, this is yung magiging kalaban ng Mi A1. Xiaomi Mi A1.
Let's look at the pricing, ang listing niya is 279 euros.
Yeah.
That's going to come
15.
out to
15K.
18K actually. 279
Euros?
Euros.
I thought it was $279.
No. According to yung tinitingnan ko, it's 279 euros.
But do you think it's gonna be $279 and then converted to dollars, or $279 then and then 279 euros? Because usually in the European markets they get
mahal ang euros
shafted,
actually. Yeah, European pricing is usually higher, so I would expect this to be somewhere around 250 USD.
Yeah.
So 250 USD, that would be
15K siguro.
15, sabi natin 15 to 17,000.
Alright, fine. Okay.
15 to 17K. Sige, let's hope it's at 15K. 15K, you're talking about Moto G5S Plus pricing.
Yeah.
And this delivers, I think, more than the G5S Plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say that's good value.
It's still not 100. We're still. This is still speculation a little bit.
Speculative pa lang yung pricing.
So,
pero what I really like about this is yun nga, besides the fact that in-embrace na talaga ni Nokia yung Android One na approach, no? Pangalawa, if you look at the specs, this doesn't feel like they skipped on the features,
Yeah, that's true.
It looks, it doesn't, you don't feel like you're compromising on anything,
Right.
At most, people might complain, ay, wait, may NFC ba?
I can't tell from here.
No? Baka that might be the most that some people might say. It has NFC.
Okay.
It's NFC, it's also USB Type C. Ayun. One of the things that I was actually hoping for in the next phone that I get is USB-C din siya.
Right. Okay.
So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this pricing. I'm happy with, or at least yung euro na pricing nito.
Right.
I hope the pricing will be reasonable pagdating dito sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
And if this comes in at less than 17K, I might get this phone.
Yeah. There were other things here. I want to go back to the 10-minute event.
I'll mention the other phone,
Yeah,
Banggitin ko yung isa pang phone. Yung the second phone that they mentioned, we'll save the flagship for last.
Okay.
No?
7 Plus.
Si 7 Plus yung susunod na gusto kong i-mention. I'm also excited about this phone kasi this is Nokia's 18.9 offering,
yeah.
no? And this is the first one, I think, na magiging available with the 660.
Right. It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
But why do you like this one?
Okay. I like this one because let's quick run through ng specs, no? Full HD, this is 2160 by 1080. The other one is yung C6 is 1920. So yeah, this is really 18 by 9, hindi 16 by 9. This is dual camera, 12 tsaka 13 megapixel, 16 MP front camera, 4 gig RAM, 64
Oh,
gig.
yeah, ito yung may zoom lens.
Yep.
They were talking about lossless zoom, but I could not figure out what they meant. Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to figure out how to make your Skype window bigger again. Sige, go ahead.
Android 8 out of the box. And this is the main reason I'm excited about this is the first phone I've seen with in the Snapdragon 6X na range, no? Na ganitong kalaki yung battery.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go.
I already mentioned earlier my main complaint with my biggest complaint honestly with the S9 is they should have increased yung battery. Nalilitan na ako sa 3,000 mAh.
Baka sumabog daw kasi.
Malay natin.
Okay, yeah, right. But
this is basically a pocket flagship with more than 1 day's worth of battery, which is that's the main reason why I'm very optimistic about this phone.
Okay.
And if I look at the pricing, this is supposed to be priced more or less the same as the Motorola X4.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I get it. I see.
Oh,
plus Android One or whatever
plus
it would.
Yeah. So, I like the Moto X4. Slightly overpriced for what it delivers, but price aside,
you can see its draw.
I like the X4.
Yeah.
Price aside, I like the X4.
Yeah, same. Ako din. What I don't like sa X4 is the back design.
Yes.
It's so shiny and weird looking. Yung back design ng Moto X4.
Totoo yan. It's medyo polarizing yung design.
Yes.
And of course, the pricing. It's a little overpriced for what it is. If this comes out to be the same price as the X4, I feel this is fairly priced.
Okay.
It's good. It's priced. Ang presyo na in euros is 399. That's going to come out
20K
to about,
plus.
between 20 to 25K.
Yeah.
No? So let's say median, no? Again, speculative pricing. Sabihin natin 22K.
Right.
22K for a 660 with those specs and the Android One. I'll take it.
That's pretty good actually. Me personally, I have become a fan of the Nokia 6 2018, at least the 2018 edition. I think the pricing is great. I think it's it might be as disruptive as some Xiaomi products of recent years. Kasi ngayon, obviously, ang disruptive ngayon is Android One. Yung 625 ni Xiaomi Mi A1, and it's because it's Android One, and the specs are great, and Snapdragon 625 for that price point and whatnot. And nobody has been able to offer up the same 625 per the price point dito sa Pilipinas.
Yep.
If this comes to the Philippines, ang mangyayari dito, they would be the primary competition for the Mi A1. Very similar specs sheets, but you get white market white market a little bit of may mga tindahan si Nokia, may Memo Express si Nokia, may lots of distribution areas.
Yes.
There's I think meron na silang ambassador, I don't remember. Oh yeah, meron na silang ambassador. And it's a very well-known brand. Or at
Yun,
least
that's
very
what I was about to say
recognizable
dati.
brand.
I was about to say that
Oh.
there are people that even if nostalgia value lang
Yeah.
are just on the name alone.
And that's
are
why
willing
Nokia
to
is
put
selling
nila
a
doon.
lot
Yeah.
of phones internationally. They
Oo.
sold 4 million phones last quarter.
Oh,
So that's crazy. most of it was in China.
pero to sell in China when you have your
So many
Huawei,
competition.
your
Yeah.
ZTE,
Yeah.
your Vivo, your Oppo, your OnePlus,
Yeah.
that's not bad. You're talking
Yeah.
Huawei level sales.
Yeah.
And sure, it's nowhere near Samsung or Apple, pero just to be able to compete with Huawei, which is probably the third largest ngayon, that's not a small.
And only in
small
their
achievement.
second year.
Oo.
And only in their second year of operation. You'd
Oo.
think they would have growing pains, but they apparently do not. Their growing pains were their first year when they launched a Nokia 6 with Snapdragon 430. But right now, I don't think they're yun na nga, talked about yung weakness nila, which is software. They fixed that with Android One. Hindi lang
Yes.
they were really good when they said stock Android, no bloatware. We'll try to get you as updated as possible. They did even better by giving you Android One certification immediately. Instead of just saying, we're stock Android, but you'll get your updates not as fast. But now, they're just saying, stock Android, but as fast. Diba?
And I have to say, based on the updates the Nokia phones na lumabas last year are getting,
they have gotten their updates quite quickly. Yeah.
mabilis ang updates nila.
Yeah.
And just to compare to the other main Android One phone dito, in comparison, ang bagal ng updates ng ng Xiaomi A1.
A1, yeah. They did pull back their Oreo update, and then I think nagre-release na recently. But they pulled
Nag-release
back
na
their
recently, pero
Oreo.
I'm hearing reports ang dami daw issues ng
Yeah.
ng A1 with the Oreo update.
Yeah. It's still not super clear if that's perfectly good well executed or not na. But yeah, Nokia seem to be so far yung Oreo update doesn't seem to have any issues so far on their phones kasi it started with Nougat. Most of their phones started Nougat, updated to Oreo. So far so good as a Nokia update track record.
Yep.
And this being a brand, obviously malaki si HMD global, but for phone manufacturing and phone production, they've only been out for a year.
Yep.
They seem to be the track record seems to be very good so far.
Yep.
All right, so that's the Nokia 7 Plus. Like I said, I'm more excited sa 6 Plus, 2018. But let's talk about this new one, the Sirocco.
Yeah, one last thing I'd like to mention before we
go
go
ahead.
to the Sirocco. I forgot to mention earlier. Based on yung OS, Android One, yung specs, the dual camera, and everything, the reason why I'm a little more excited with the 7 Plus than the 6, although I like the 6. I really like the 6. I like the 7 Plus a little more because it looks and feels like a pocket pixel.
Okay. Here's the 7 Plus. I just want to listen to this a little bit. They talked about yung lossless zoom, but I don't know if it's like...
The Nokia 7 Plus features 3 highly sensitive imaging
It feels
sensors.
like the closest thing we're going to get to a pixel dito sa Pinas,
Right.
which is why that's why I'm excited about it.
With 4 gigabytes of RAM.
Kasi
I see.
tanggapin na natin, we're never gonna get
pixels.
official pixel dito.
Yeah.
Nokia 7 Plus.
Ito yung camera this is talking about.
Outstanding flagship grade
Sige.
imaging experience.
Can you share
Flagship grade.
i-share mo yung screen mo?
Sure.
I-share mo yung screen mo if baka lumabas sa video yung demo nila ng camera.
Photo lens to deliver lossless zoom and images that are true to life. The front camera features an adaptive sensor technology. We
Demo mo,
combine
don't
4
just talk about it.
pixels, one
Yeah, I
super
know.
pixel, so that we can deliver those beautiful bokehs even in the lowest light conditions. The Pro camera allows you full control of key settings, such as expose artificial intelligence power and send a fun 95% of
Ayan.
the surface
Ay, hindi.
area
Akala ko demo.
No,
Reset.
wireless charging.
Okay, so mukhang
Design.
theoretical
The
discussion lang.
Nokia
Sige, I think we can, ano,
front-facing
may
Alright,
control.
yeah. Let's move to the Sirocco na.
The Nokia
Sige,
Sirocco also features 3 high dynamic range microphones with Nokia spatial audio. The Nokia 8 Sirocco will be available in April with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 100.
April na yung Sirocco. God, they're moving faster than Asus. Okay, Nokia 8 Sirocco. That's this one I'm super impressed. How they've improved on the 8. Because the 8
Sige.
I thought was great. I thought the 8 was great. Snapdragon 835 last year, this 2017, with a quad HD display, right? For 30,000 pesos, 29,990. That was impressive even today, right? Think about what they did with Sirocco. It's now POLED QHD,
Oo.
right? It's got water and dust resistance.
Partial, hindi siya full resistance though eh. Kasi ang full resistance is IP68. This one is
Yeah,
only
that's
67 ata eh.
Right. That is water resistance, not
No.
necessarily waterproof. But yung 68, most people still say resistance lang because they don't want you to think it's waterproof. Diba?
Yeah, kasi technically ang IP68
even 68
only
is
means
just resistance, but it's just better
oo.
resistance.
You can immerse it but only up to a certain depth and only for I think at most 30 minutes. So
Yes.
hindi siya pwedeng underwater talaga.
See, 67 is like seconds lang siya tubig.
67 is I think
Like 30 seconds.
0.5 meters, yung 68 is
Yeah.
1.5 meters.
Yes, something around there, and less time. I think 30 seconds si 67, 5 minutes ata si 68 or something like that. But
something like that.
But it's still quite a feat. We're getting a POLED screen, just like an AMOLED, pretty much. We're getting water and dust resistance, plus key wireless charging.
Yes.
So they managed to bring the 8 into parity with parity with the S9 or S8 or whatnot. Even though, admittedly, the S8 did not get the best marks camera performance niya. And I don't know if they've improved the cameras on the Sirocco necessarily.
Although I would like to mention this kaka-announce lang they actually had a pretty sizable price drop on the Nokia 8.
Right, yeah.
Bumagsak na siya. It's no longer
It's not 25K this sa Pilipinas actually.
25K na lang siya. Oo. So at 25K, that's actually pretty good value.
Yeah. But its main competitor kasi is OnePlus 5T.
Oo.
OnePlus 5 and OnePlus 5T, which admittedly if people ask me, I would probably point them towards the 5 and 5T. Even though technically the 5T only has a 1080p display.
Ako, I have other issues with OnePlus. I think well documented na yun.
Yes, I know. Ako naman nun, because I'm recommending the OnePlus because it's a better bet so far. Because this is ang Nokia 8 sa akin is still first year of Nokia.
That's fair.
And OnePlus has proven track record even in the United States. So it's much more reviewed by lots of tech outlets, MKBHD or whatever. It's much more approved by a lot more people compared to the Nokia 8.
You're talking about this. This is a separate argument. Pero reviewed by more people does not necessarily mean it's better.
Of course.
Ang daming issues na lumabas din with the OnePlus phones after that first month or so.
Yeah. So OnePlus 5 and 5T, I think there still have some ano yun? Pink tint issues or blue tint? What I forget.
may na-uncover na na backdoor dun sa OS number 1.
Oh, right.
Number 2, they finally enabled yung yung HD video. Kasi yung issue nila parang may ni-report na HD yung screen pero you cannot play HD video.
Oh, okay. Right. I think pero early on pa 'yun, di ba?
Oo, inayos na nila yon, but for you to be able to get that feature, you actually have to send your phone to them.
Oh, that sucks.
Para ayusin nila, tapos ibabalik sa'yo.
Alright. Fine. It's not perfect then.
Hindi, I'm just saying na,
yes.
It has a longer track record, pero its track record is also spotty. So,
yeah. But then again, Nokia did not have a track record at all.
Oo, so,
lumabas yung 8.
Okay, that's understandable.
So now this is the Sirocco. Did not upgrade the processor kasi 835 pa rin. So it's not entirely a new flagship for 2018. I think the Nokia 9 would be that flagship eventually. Hindi ko lang alam kung meron bago. And this will be priced at 749 euros. Which falls a lot higher than 30K sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
At the very least, it would be like 37, 35K.
Yeah.
Pinakamababa.
Oo. And I have some issues with the design.
It's not the prettiest phone ever.
Well, it looks nice. Ang issue ko talaga is I really don't like glass on the front.
Yeah, okay.
This is also glass on the back.
Yeah. I like glass on the back, but I don't think this is very nice looking glass on the back.
Okay.
This looks parang shaped glass na or fake glass sa likod to me. Diba?
POLED nga pala. So
that's very nice.
This is LG's OLED.
Yeah.
I hope they fix the issues kasi one of the complaints with yung Pixel 2 which is using LG's OLED was yung blue shift.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
May blue tint daw yung iba sa mga phones in terms of the screen. So I hope walang recurrence ng issue na yan dito.
I have to say though, I've had experience with POLED. They look great. They look really good. And very bright. I just don't know obviously POLED can be there's gonna be different versions of POLED out there. Just that my experience with it is very good. So I like the fact that it's POLED now. I don't know if it's gonna be super good POLED, but very promising still. It's still not a 2018 flagship, but it's a very nice upgrade to the original Nokia 8. And it's gonna be Android One certified na.
Let me just look at the back end. Yes,
Android One certified siya.
Similar to yung Nokia 6 na pinadala ko kanina.
Yeah.
Yung picture na nakita ko dito does also say Android One sa likod.
Yeah, it looks like it seems like may nagsabi sa chat that all of the Nokias on the Nokia 3 and above from now on will have Android One certification daw.
Yep.
So it looks like pretty much blanket from 3 up will have Nokia Android One. And then the Nokia One will have Android Go. Which is probably not worth talking about masyado, but it's a 1 gigabyte RAM MediaTek Nokia for $85. Which is what? 4,000 pesos?
$85. Yeah, about 4,000.
No, let's say 5,000. Let's say 5,000.
I'm actually intrigued by it, no?
Yeah.
Mainly because I want to see a working Android Go phone.
Yeah,
I want to see a working Android Go phone, no? And see how smoothly a phone on Android Go, even with just 1 gig RAM, works.
Yeah, that's true. Kasi they optimized for 1 gig RAM yung Android Go, di ba?
Oo. Kasi I heard, eto hindi pa to in-announce, pero supposed to be, di ba alam mo yung Motorola E4, yung higante yung battery.
Yes.
Pero 1 gig RAM lang. Supposed to be, yung susunod na, yung successor ng E4 will have a similar size battery, pero on Android Go.
Right.
So,
curiosity, yes, but not gonna buy one.
I'm not gonna buy one, but if the E4 has Android Go and works smoothly with Android Go despite having low-end specs, but with a giant ass battery,
this one has 2150.
No, the Nokia One has 2150. I'm talking about. I'm just thinking forward because E4, which has been rumored to have Android Go, if the E4 with its yung successor ni E4 with yung dambuhalang battery and Android Go, that actually might be a worthwhile recommendation at the low end.
But I don't like that it's MediaTek.
Well, let's see how smoothly Android Go works on a low-end processor.
No, ako ang inaano ko dyan is it's probably gonna have very terrible GPS, which yun ang problema ko at this. I want really good GPS on phones now.
True.
Because particularly because of TVNS usage, both from the driver side and the passenger side, is pumapangit yung experience mo ng TVNS, particularly in various ways if you have bad GPS from MediaTek processors in particular. So it's not gonna be the end of the world. Your GPS will still be by around accurate to maybe 20 meters, mga ganon. Kasi yung mga Snapdragon are accurate to like 1 meter, di ba? 3 meters. But what I experience ko sa MediaTek is like 50 meters minsan yung accuracy niya eh. So it's not obviously most TVNS drivers most likely or might not buy something like this, but why would you? I don't want people to be limited by it. Parang ganon.
Of course. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, yun lang naman. But I think for the price and for the brand that you're getting and the experience of possibly an Android Oreo smartphone that would have updates in the Android Go expansion or split of Android, it's kind of exciting to an extent.
The other thing that this opens up is once Android Go becomes available on phones, no? For those of you, sa mga viewers natin na naka low end phone, no? May potential na may additional may extend your lifespan because
by flashing Android Go.
By flashing Android Go ROMs, you guys might have a chance na buhayin pa yung mga older hardware.
But they have to be so cheap na. Hindi naman, sobrang tipid ka na siguro nun kung gano'n.
like sabihin natin, no?
Unless you're like if you're just recycling old phones.
Or hindi, for example, naka tripod phone ka. No? Sabihin natin. Or say
lollipop forever.
Or ito for example lang, no? Yung luma kong Nexus 5.
Right. I get the point. I get your point naman eh.
RAM, no? So with only 2 gig RAM, kung mag-install ka ngayon ng Oreo na standard on top of it, feeling kakayanin ng 2 gig RAM lang eh. Pero Android Go na 8.0, that I'm sure that'll be able to handle it na walang problema.
What I'm saying here is you have to be pretty enthusiast level to be looking into flashing here. I mean, there are some not enthusiast people sa mga groups and they even flash stuff and all that. But generally for the consumers, they'd have to be generally medyo savvy ng konti to be into flashing because you have to plug in your phone to your PC and download the ROM from
everything else
from all that porn site and then download now and then they don't it requires a lot more user activity, user research before that is done on budget and I'm thinking budget kasi so parang would they really want to rescue their old like tripod phone
Hindi.
at this point. It might not just buy a new one.
Eto, I'll pose the question to our viewers.
Ah.
Kunwari, you have an older model phone na medyo nalulumaan ka na ngayon.
Right.
Medyo mabagal na,
Ah.
medyo naghihingalo na dahil hindi na kaya yung latest yung mga updates sa apps, no? Mas papayag ka ba na gumastos for a new phone or subuko mo munang installan ng Android Go ROM yung phone
Okay.
to see if you can stretch it out by another year habang nag-iipon ka pa?
Ako, if there was a very clear path and not a lot of resistance when it comes to jumping through hoops to install Android Go, kasi the hoops you have to go through is routing, right?
Yes.
Downloading the ROM, maybe unlocking bootloader or something, and then user, super user, and then whatever. So there are some hoops there. If it was super simplified, quite a lot simplified, it would be much better. But there will be still people that are doing this because obviously there are a lot of people who will want to recycle their phones. I understand naman yung stance mo there because I know you have old phones there.
I'm just saying na na our audience happens to be people na are interested in value for money, low end to mid range, and for those people, no, because I've been there, I am there. I'm also interested in trying to stretch out yung value ng yung usability ng telepono ko as long as I can. Ba?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I have old phones as well. I try to get rid of the ones that I know I'll never have any sort of I have a Nokia X. Yung Microsoft, nung Microsoft pa sila, then they went with the fork of Android and whatnot. I have Star Mobile Crystal, yung
Buhay
the one,
pa.
yung buhay pa, the one that had very competitive 8 megapixel camera. Yung certain things like that I keep because I like, I want to preserve some of their things. Obviously Moto X, and I have this one my phone nasira yung touchscreen, so I use it as a monitor for my IP camera. So I just leave it plugged in because yung charger naman kasi is always yung USB charger na yun always plugged in. So it's a 24/7 IP camera. So masira siya, whatever, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Kasi hindi na nga gumaandar yung touchscreen. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so before we move on to our last topic, which ni-request lang ito, napag-usapan na natin ito kanina, but some people, sila Kuya Norm still wants to talk about it. Before we do that, I'm gonna read some comments. Nia Lenz Aquino says, buy na lang. I tried na to my CM Flare 2X back in the day and I just failed. Yun lang. There's some failure kasi talaga sa pag-routing and pag...
That's fair. That's fair.
ROM flash.
Kasi rin yan eh. Ang i-consider mo rin dyan is, yung telepono ba na binili mo, popular ba sa sa modding community?
Yes.
Oo. So, sabihin natin, kunwari, naka-cherry ka, malabong may may sariling forum yung cherry mo.
No. I admit may modding community ang at the very least yung mga very popular cherry before. Nowadays I think nawawala na yung community ng particular models ng cherry or particular, because now they're just pumping out models here left and right. There's no phone kahit cherry na lang. There's no phone that is like this is the most popular cherry phone, or this is gonna be the phone everybody's gonna like the Flare X. There's no more like big release like the Flare X or big product that is like everybody wants or everybody's trying to get or something. I think because of the fragmentation of models, mahirap yung mahirap yung modding community ngayon for the local phones. Let's see. May Pokemon daw ng pangalan Nooch. Let's see. Vivo Apex we talked about na. Carlo Azores, what's up? Modular phone, Parjik Ara. Okay, so BlackBerry, is that you? Wistec. Okay, so Mi Mix 2. Yeah. Wait lang, may nag-comment pa rin. I don't know lang, boot looper ang sakit ng phone ko pero nung napalitan naman ng Mobo, naging okay na. Pero need alaga lang. Na-flash ko sa Nougat last time ay using stock, so far okay. So I don't need a flash. Anong phone mo, Lionel Choco? Alright, so final topic. People have been requesting. I don't know why. What is it about this phone that everybody wants? What? Nobody's gonna buy this. Mi Mix 2.
Well, let's discuss the specs muna bago tayo debate.
Okay,
So what does it offer?
It's a 18:9 ratio display. This is one of the old school. Remember the original Mi Mix, yung walang bezels, yung sharp IGSO display na walang bezels.
Yep.
Same thing. Sharp IGSO display, but now it's an 18:9 ratio display. 1080, 2160 by 1080. And then it also has the vibration speaker earpiece.
Okay.
So Snapdragon 835, so 2017 flagship processor. 6 gigs of RAM, no micro SD apparently. 12 megapixel OIS, 5 megapixel front, 4G dual nano SIM, and 3,400 mAh battery with a quick charge 3.0 for 25.5. That's it.
Okay, so here's the thing.
LG G4 daw si Lionel Soco. Oo nga, may boot loop issues nga si LG. That's parang ano na yan, caveat na yan for LG phones in general. Warning, may boot loop. Yeah, sad.
Oo. Sorry, going back to
Mi Mix 2.
Mix 2. Okay. Good specs for the price.
Yes.
Good specs for the price.
My main thing here is hindi nag-catch on yung full screen display at all. Or at least this type of full screen display. Nag-catch on yung notch. Nag-catch on yung 18:9, but not the Mi Mix design. It was just because primarily the Mi Mix design had the selfie camera on the bottom, on the chin. And nobody wants selfies from their chin.
Well,
I think that's its main flaw. Would you rather this than a notch?
What I'd rather have is a small bezel on top.
Yeah, I get it.
Kung nasan yung sensors. Sige, tanggalin mo na yung chin entirely.
Right.
Get rid of the chin. Put the sensors, put the selfie camera and whatnot sa top bezel. Have a small top bezel. Don't bother with the notch anymore. To me, that's good design na. That's ideal design for me. I don't have too much of a problem with yung placement ng selfie camera kasi for the most part naman you're holding it out in front of you. Nakaganyan ka rin naman.
No, actually, I'm not sure if this is the same with the Mi Mix, but I'm pretty sure the Mi Mix 1 or at least the Doogie Mix or whatever, they ask you to flip your phone upside down to take selfies.
Yan hindi ko alam if
they suggest that you flip your phone upside down.
Okay.
So babaligtad din, aangat magiging what stop is it's just weird. It's honestly just weird.
Yeah, it's a in quotes interesting design. Ako may main issue lang talaga is at that price, if I'm spending 25k on a phone, I want better software support than what I'm getting from Xiaomi.
Yeah. We talked about this phone earlier na. We just skimmed over it. But obviously, as I said before, it's MIUI. I'm not gonna 25k.
25k. Hindi, ito may yung kapatid ko, she has a Xiaomi Note 5X. No?
That's a new one actually.
Note 5X. Lumabas early last year
Yeah.
Good value for the price. Nasa 7K.
Yeah.
MIUI, in my experience, is unang-una, outdated parati yung version ng Android.
Yeah.
This one still stuck on 7.1.
Right.
And yung software updates come once every mga 5 to 6 months lang.
Right.
So ang sa akin, at 7,000 I can live with that. Because I'm getting good enough specs for the price. I'm getting good enough value in terms of the phone itself.
Yeah.
At 25,000,
Yeah.
it's less justifiable.
Medyo painful. To be stuck in with the software like that for 25K, which you would expect would last 2 years.
Exactly.
I have other complaints, of course. Obviously, the front camera is not in the perfect spot for me.
Okay.
The 12 megapixel camera, whatever, I don't even know if it shoots 4K. I'm gonna assume it does, but some phones don't. It doesn't seem like a phone that says camera quality to me.
Okay.
It seems like a phone that is centered on its bezel-less display, which admittedly nobody cares. It's merely for shock value for most people now. It does not give us any considerable advantages, and nobody has been like, this has to be your phone because it's so amazing design wise or whatnot. It's just a stunning design, but practical wise, wala siyang, it doesn't do anything for you practically. When it comes to practicality, particularly because of the camera is on the bottom. So you're going out of your way, sacrificing practicality features when your camera is on the bottom there and whatnot, for this striking design. And I've never been into striking design so much.
Okay.
I would rather have, let's say, much more resilient materials. Let's say, kinapalan mo yung bakal ng phone mo. I'd prefer that over a striking all-display design like this.
Okay.
Plus, like I said, it doesn't scream to me that it's a phone designed for camera quality, because obviously they're prioritizing the design here. So I'm not gonna necessarily buy it because I think the camera is good, and that's my predisposition here is to say most likely my HTC 10 would shoot better video.
True.
Diba? So
True.
I'm not drawn to it because of those reasons. The number one reason to me is I don't need this design. For 25K, I think that's too extravagant for just the design.
Okay.
It's like I'm paying an extra 10,000 for that design only.
True.
Even though the specs are pretty high, Snapdragon 835 and whatnot. Think about how are you gonna play games on this thing? Diba? It's got, maganda yung processor mo, but look at that design. How can you play games on that? And what is the battery? 3,400. Oh, fine. It seems very limiting because of that design. And that's not what I buy phones for. Diba? Think about picking it up from your pocket. You pick it up from your pocket, you're already touching the screen. And I already have trouble, like, picking up phones from my pocket.
Yep.
I already have trouble picking up phones from my tables because natatama ako lagi yung display. When I hold my phone while watching stuff, I already touch the screen sometimes. So granted, it's not like the only one with no bezels, right? But for 25K, it just offers too much. Yeah, it's too focused on design not focus on practicality so much to me.
Okay.
So for I don't know.
I think-
You'd have to really care about the striking design so much. Di ba?
Pero ang kapansin-pansin sa argument mo ilang beses mong sinabi for 25k. So,
Yeah.
I think for both of us, the issue more is you're not getting enough value
Yeah.
at 25k.
Right.
No?
Like you're in the same spot as OnePlus 5T. And let's say Nokia 8. And let's say Huawei to some extent, right? And honestly, the specs are high. The design is great. It just doesn't scream at me to be a competitive phone at this price point.
Okay, that's fair.
I'd rather have yung what is the other phone? Let me just the price list ng Xiaomi dito sa Pilipinas. Have you heard of the Mi Note 2? Snapdragon 821, 5.7-inch OLED Full HD, 128 gig storage, 6 gigs of RAM, 22.5 megapixel camera. I don't know why. 8 megapixel front cam, 4,000 milliamp hour battery for 21.5. I know it's an older generation processor though.
The Mi Note 2, 2016 pa to lumabas
Yeah. There's also Mi Mix, pero yung Mi Mix nila is 25.5 din. So, maganda dito, yung original Mi Mix nila is 25.5, the Mi Mix 2 is 25.5. So, they're gonna be killing off the Mi Mix with that price point.
Pretty much.
Oo. Kasi this is the Xiaomi local stores talaga. Not another seller. This is local Xiaomi stores.
Okay.
Apparently, the Mi Mix is 6.4 inch and this Mi Mix 2 is 5.99.
Okay. I don't know.
If that actually mattered at all.
Well.
Oh, God. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, yeah. It's not for me. It's not. Yun na lang sasabihin ko, it's not for me.
Not gonna disagree with you there.
Yeah. You think I don't care. You have to care so much about the design, the screen design, to want to spend 25k on this thing, and it's not gonna hit Oreo. It's not gonna hit. It's still on Nougat.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah. I think for the price it's decent. You know, sasabihin ko, the price is decent. It's not for me. I think you have to really care about that striking design so much. And to be completely honest, there's so many striking design phones out there. They just didn't went with the full screen display bezel thing. They went with the notch, or they went with the 18:9, some other way. Well, Samsung went with the curve to the sides, which they still seems to be exclusive to them. Diba? Yung Infinity na bumabagsak sa sides. Yeah, yun lang ano. Nakakatakot yung display, sabi ni Kuya Norms, which is correct kasi yun na nga, it seems very vulnerable to me. Even more than the other ways of increasing your display size.
Yeah.
Plus, you have that disadvantage of that vibration speaker again, right?
Yeah.
There's so many things I could complain about this phone. But yeah, it's not for everybody. I think let's just say it's a very divisive design.
And leave it at that.
At the very best. Leave it at that. All right, so I think that should be our show for today. I don't know if there's any other things that we should discuss. Medyo na-kompleto na natin, I think, even if it's just organically talking about stuff.
Pinasadaanan natin lahat ng mga major announcements ng MWC.
Yes.
I do wanna mention briefly lang, no. I touched on it earlier, pero yun nga, for those that are interested dun sa yung bagsak ng presyo ng Nokia, lahat ng phones nila binagsak nila eh.
Oh,
Ah,
really? Okay. Across the board.
yeah, I'm just looking for that list, yung listahan ng decrease nila. Ayan, so si Nokia 8 from 30k naging 25k.
Mhm. But
Si
I was also told that that was just until like to a certain like I don't know March or February ata. But I could be wrong. I think naman kasi whenever they say the sale is limited edition, it's actually not limited time. Kasi the price is gonna drop eventually.
Hindi.
They're just putting a sale up first and then the price drop. I
Yeah,
think.
yung Nokia 8 was announced until end of Feb, 'di ba? Ngayon, it's not just a Nokia 8 for March, it's the 8, it's still at 25k.
Uh-huh.
Nokia 6 from 12,000 to 11,000 or 10,900, same
Damn,
thing.
they should have made it below 10.
Oh. Nokia 5 from 9,990 to 8,990.
Right.
Tapos Nokia 3 6,990 to 6,490.
Okay. Okay.
No, so for me yung sizable pa rin
It's the Nokia 8.
the Nokia 8, yun yung appealing na discount,
Right,
and then
right.
they're also throwing in a free JBL na Bluetooth headset.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's not bad. I mean, if you needed the Bluetooth headset, that sweetens the pot. If you already have headphones and whatnot, I think it's just the JBL it's just gonna collect dust in your home for the most part.
More or less.
Waiting for that sad bloke that you gifted to on his birthday or something. And parang, you're cheap. I mean, it's not gonna be the cheapest Bluetooth headset ever, but it's just probably like a 2,000 peso disposable-ish Bluetooth headset, diba? I'm told that according to Wistech and Jordan de Chavez, the Mi Mix 2 daw has possibly physical na yung speaker. Maybe under screen physical speaker, I don't know. But I did hear something to that extent. I just didn't believe it immediately though.
Okay.
Nokia 3 nakita ko sa Lazada 4790. Lionel Sokol, looks like wala na Mi A1, naging Nokia na ata for 2018. I mean, it's still competitive. I still recommended the Mi A1 to somebody recently this week. I was looking for a 15k phone. Sabi ko, just go for a Mi A1 kasi there's no other thing with the Snapdragon 625 right now.
Sadly.
There's nothing. You can buy a really really hard to find Zenfone 3. Like if you can find a Zenfone 3 today, maybe brand new, maybe second hand, that might be a great deal. Kasi they sold for 16 and 18 and 19k, diba? And they got discounted to maybe that's the 5.2 inch 5.5 inch variant. And then they got discounted to maybe the very lowest nila is 12k and 15k for the 5.2 and the 5.5 inch. But they're 2 years old now. So they're no longer in stores, of course.
Of course.
And then ang chances that you could find one old new stock at some obscure store sa mga tindahan dito sa Pilipinas is very very low, and you'll have to be looking, di ba? So and sa Lazada you can't find Zenfone 3 or Zenfone 3 5.2 5.5 unless you really dig around. Sometimes I can see a seller or two, not locally, usually internationally. So you'll have to be very lucky to find a brand new Zenfone 3 in either gray market or white market dito sa Pilipinas. So, but those are the only Snapdragon 625s in this price point right now that are available in the Philippines.
Yun na nga.
Except for Xiaomi Note 4X, right? Which is in the 7,000 price point. I could have recommended he buy two Xiaomi Mi Note 4X. So. Kasi 15k budget niya.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recommended the Mi A1. He hasn't bought it yet, but I think he's impressed with the specs and all that. So okay naman. My brother has one. I think the major complaints of Mi A1 is the cameras are not the best. So
Yep.
If you were to ask me what in levels better yung Zenfone 3 camera versus the Mi A1, it'd be like 5 levels better.
Yeah.
So,
And
yun.
again, yung at least yung Mi A1, again, pwede mong install ng Google Camera software.
There you go. There you go. That I haven't tried or never haven't actually experimented with, even if I had any things to experiment with. Anyway, that's it for our wonderful, wonderful show, which has stretched quite far into the morning. Very, ano ba? I'm surprised how little MWC has brought us in terms of phones, even though what we got from MWC was very meaty enough for discussion, diba? We didn't get much from LG. They announced, I think some other manufacturers, Alcatel or whatever. I was waiting for a new BlackBerry, pero wala. So there you go. Very interesting topics. Asus, Samsung, Nokia. I think Nokia is the winner this time for the most interesting products announced.
Yep.
But all of them require a little bit of at least discussion. So there you go. Anyway, I should. My sound. I forgot to turn on my soundboard for the entire show. The Wow Magic Show, according to Kuya Norms. Anyway, I'm not gonna wait for my phone to turn on para magkaroon tayo ng soundboard. I'm gonna call it a show. Thank you very much for watching. Kuya Migs, thank you for joining us.
Not a problem.
Yes, very, very nice show for today. Thank you very much for watching. That has been the Big Time Show for March 3, 2018. That was the MWC recap show. I'm Alex from technoclass.com on behalf of our guest host, si Sir Migs Calleja, right? Calleja? Calleja. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.